You're gonna be taking splinters out of your fat asses all night long because you got fat asses. The only chance you have no chance. If you had a chance, you need to run lickety split. You can't run because you're the fat asses. Well, Ric Flair, you know what? I'm not a normal looking athlete myself. You know what I'm talking about? I've been in the gyms a lot. It's a privilege and an honor to walk out with Ole Anderson, Lex Luger, and the Omni tomorrow night.
I am not a happy camper. What is Bully Ray's motivation? You know, I know he loves sugar. But I check my pocket. I don't have no donuts. I don't have no cheeseburger. I know you love sugar, but I ain't got none.
To be the man, you gotta beat the man. And I'm saying, woo, right here in Nashville, Tennessee, pal. I'm the man.
Booking a match for the total package like Luger and Super Brawl. Super Saturday? What is it? I don't even know what it's called. What is it called?
Super Brawl Saturday.
Super Brawl Saturday?
You don't lose faith in winners. And Ric Flair, day in and day out, every day of his life, just keeps winning and winning and winning.
Ric Flair! New York City, Ric Flair! You're gonna find out what hard is all about! I do exactly what I want to do. You say I'm insane. I say thank you very much.
Make a good lucha.
I hate God!
Hit the deck! Yes! We love you, Scott Steiner!
Today, I've got the star and profile like never before.
You guys talk about being students of the game. I am the game, JR.
Damn, talking about going back to the 90s. Shit sounds like something the Crow should be running. That sounds like something the Crow should be running across fucking roofs to right there. What is going on, everybody? Wednesday night. That's right. It's Dirt Sheet Dudes. I am Boxman. How is everybody doing tonight? Roland sitting across from me, stretched out like a leisurely man he is. It is Smart Wahlberg. How you doing, sir?
Ooh, what's going on?
Not much, man of leisure over there. Listen, you're like, not much, man. I'm the high one. I'm the stoned one here, man.
Right.
All right. We'll have Eric jumping
Well,
in.
yeah, but I'm trying to be a chameleon. I'm trying to match the energy.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Save it. Save it up. I like that. I like that. Let me turn my gain up just a little bit here. That's much better right there. I can actually quiet down a little bit, turn up my volume a little bit right there. There we go. Now I can talk a little quieter and not have to scream into the microphone. Oh, man. So smart. Anything going on over there? Anything fun? I'm having some storms here. If I do lose internet, it has already happened once tonight. I apologize. I can actually hear the rain over my headphones right now. Yeah.
No, everything's fine here weather-wise. It's a little bit warmer than usual. Everything else is fine.
All right. Glad everything's good water-wise there. That's great. That's a great thing. All right.
Well, I said weather. Am I being muddled? I'm trying not to. I thought I was worried I might be mumbling there.
Oh, you broke up a little bit. I apologize. Like I said, my internet sucks tonight. I have nothing I can do about it. So, as this show goes and the old Skype warms up a little bit and everything will be just fine. Have no fear, everybody. No big deal at all. But we do, obviously, have a few things to get into tonight. I need to get plugs loaded up while I'm talking here. We've got obviously a ton to get into tonight. Like me and Smark always say, everything happens the day after we go off the air. Of course, the day after we go off the air, we get 18 releases. Literally 18 releases. So we're going to go over those releases. We're not going to wait till the end. We're actually going to start with those releases. I don't think it's fair. You guys have heard them on a bunch of other shows, but it's not like we can sit there and not go over them. So we will definitely be going over those. And I guess we can go ahead and get into plugs and then get this show a-rolling here. Let me one sec here. Let me get everything rocking and rolling here. All right. I guess that means I start, of course, with the... Hi, Marks. That's right. It's the Cheese Man. It's Mojo. It's G Wiz. You should already be listening to him if you are not. Mixler.com/Metal Mitt Network. That's right. 2 T's in Mitt. I am not stammering nor stuttering. Check out the High Marks one more time. Sundays, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Check them out. Of course, you've got Bobby Anthem, Bobby Blades. They are the Inhumans. They're on the Inhuman Experience. You definitely should be subscribed to that show. If you are not, go beat yourself with a cane. And, of course, Eric will tell you where he is. Eric can do his plugs better than me. But definitely, Everything Unscripted Wrestling Podcast, all the usual podcast platforms. Check out Eric, Doug, and Daniel over there. And we've got Stephen Milan. Check him out reviewing films. Letterboxd, boxd.com/Stephen Milan. And if you guys want to check out a great episode, me and Smark actually did Family Values Tour 1998, a little test, I guess you could say, for a concert show, kind of a review for Hollywood Hangout. You guys can check that out on all the usual podcast platforms. And, of course, Saturday nights, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time, you can catch the Hollywood Hangout right here, mixer.com/Hollywood-Hangout. All one word there. And this week, Steve Buscemi. That's what I'm talking. All you smart. All you smart.
Mondays, 30 p.m. Network. He's a cheese man. It's 2:30, not 10:30. 2:30. You got all on 2:30 at Mojo and with third last release week.
Wow. Oh. All right. I don't know if anybody can still hear me, but I did just lose internet connection, so I'm probably going to lose Smart here. Like I said, it's possible to happen. It is reconnecting already, though. So if you guys can still hear me, I'm still here. Sorry about that, everybody. Oh, yeah. I lost internet. We are back live. Smart, redo those plugs because I couldn't hear them. They were completely broken up. I'll take those out and we can redo this a little bit. Go for it, man.
Yes, sir. Mondays, 8:30 p.m. on the Metal-Mid-Podcast Network. The Metal Mid Podcast Network in total. It is Cheese on Sports with Luke Burge, G Wiz, myself, and of course the Cheese Man at the helm. And Sundays, 2:30 p.m. now. No longer 10:30 a.m., 2:30 p.m. You can sleep in and still enjoy our friends at the Mo Dirk City Machine Guns with Mojo and with Dirk. And last but never least, be sure to check out our friends at Planet Raconteur. Tour. So Planet Raconteur podcast with Bobby Anthem, Papa Dave Sincere, and Yuck Nasty. All 16 episodes of Season 1 are available for you, as well as Season 2. So be sure to subscribe.
All right. Not a glitch there, sir. Much, much better. That's a good thing. Hopefully we don't lose internet again. There is a possibility I could. It is damn rainy. It's pouring. to be honest with you. All right, we got Eric here too?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. Look at that. We're all here. All right, Eric, since the music's playing, why don't you go ahead and do your plug real quick?
Well, I don't know if he's on this one, but I know there was another call that was supposed to be all three of us, but you
that's
weren't
right.
on, and then you called me, so I jumped to that one.
Oh, well, here, let me just add him here. Hold on a minute.
Yes.
I turn the music down, and I can go ahead and pause it. Give me 1 sec. Let's do this since we're live on air. Let's go ahead and... Oh, wait. Hold on. Don't move. Don't move. Don't move. Okay, I'm calling him now. Let's see if he can join up here. All right, hold on. It's ring.
Real inside baseball.
There you go. A little process going here. All right. Let's see if he picks up this call. In the meantime, like we said, there is, man, like we said, 18 releases happen the day after we go off the air. I guess we should just jump right into it. Karrion Kross, first release. I guess we'll just go one by one. Don't need to spend a ton of time on each of them. Some of them have sent tweets, but Karrion Kross is the first one released. I feel bad for this one, man. They took this guy. He was so over in NXT. They took every ounce of thing that made him unique, that made him special. They took Scarlett. They took the music. They took the entrance. They took... And they threw a fucking like horrible mask on him, and then they're like, "Nah, you ain't getting over. You're fired. Out. Bye. Sorry. Did we do something wrong? No. It was you. It was your fault." I don't know, Smart. What do you think on that one?
It just doesn't make sense. Where it's like they basically said, "Well, you're only over because of the entrance, so let's see what you do without the entrance." It's like you can still just keep using the entrance.
Mm-hmm.
Like, say what you will about, Bobby Roode's tenure there, but they at least let him keep his entrance.
Right.
Like, he hasn't looked all that great beyond that, but they still let him keep his entrance for a while at least. So it's like you had something that worked, and the whole idea with the entrance, because it started during the pandemic, was like, oh, people are really going to love it when the live crowds come back.
Mm-hmm.
And then as soon as the live crowds come back, you have them out there, and then you take the entrance away. And then you take Scarlett away on top of it. So it's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, you're right. It was confusing the whole time. I mean, it really was. It was a confusing thing they were doing with him. Like I said, way over in NXT, they bring him over here and they're like, "Hey, let's just take everything that the guy has that makes him unique and just strip it away, and let's just see if he can get over." Oh, it's a great thing. Great thing to do. So,
hey, you know what'll work is if we take this gladiator helmet that we've had laying around and we'll paint it, instead of it being blue, it'll be red this time. Worked well for Ron Simmons, so it'll work great for you.
Yeah, Tensai left this bad boy hanging around. Let's just use it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's just use it. Why not? Oh, man. Now, I think one of the first, I guess, releases we actually heard about was Scarlett Bordeaux.
Mm-hmm.
She tweeted, "Officially free to work in 30 days." And I think this might have been one of the first people to tweet anything, and I don't know if she was the first one let go or what, but this is the first one I remember seeing on social media as we were rolling through everything, or as I go through during the day. This was the first one that I saw, was Scarlett Bordeaux, which, I mean, I guess if you get rid of her, you might as well get rid of him. But again, confusing. What were they going to do with her besides have her with him?
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, because I mean, she can wrestle, but that's really not necessarily her expertise. She was better as a character than necessarily as a wrestler. But hers in particular kind of made me laugh because there's it's gotten to the point now where it happens just so often, where the quarterly releases, and so many of them in such abundance that some of them just don't even care anymore. They're not surprised, they're not sad, and they're just her in particular was just like, all right, well, go get paid elsewhere. Life rolls on.
Life rolls on. Hey, it keeps going from there. Yeah,
I'm in my 20s and I'm fucking hot. I'm still gonna keep making money.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, I mean, she tweeted after that, the smoke show is back. So she has nothing to worry about. Nothing at all. I'm wondering if Eric can't get in here because of our other call.
I'm right here.
Yep, there he is.
Oh, finally, we got Eric. Oh, right, there he is. Because I was wondering, I'm like, that other call might be really jacking everything up. But Eric is here finally. What is going on, sir?
Not much. I didn't realize you had another call, and then I hung up and saw it.
No, it's cool. It's cool. We got you here now. We are in the middle of talking the releases right now.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. We're only on the second one. We're just talking about Scarlett. We agree. She will be fine. I don't think anything's going to happen. Scarlett will be just fine on her own.
Yes.
Plenty
Same
of
with
places.
Cass.
Plenty of places to go. Plenty of places.
Yep.
All right. So I guess probably one of the, I would say, more shocking ones, if not the most shocking one on this list, Keith Lee. Keith
And his girlfriend.
and Mia Yim. You're right, Mia Yim also, but Keith Lee, and he had this whole
He
post.
got rid of 2 couples.
They just got rid of everybody. They just had a fucking field day this week or last week. Actually, I'm surprised there weren't more over the weekend. So, but Keith Lee put out one tweet. It said, "Thank you for all the positivity that has been dropped on me the past few days, as well as the birthday wishes. I love you. Worry not. We are not done. We work." But before that, he put out a different tweet. It says, "Greetings and salutations." If that isn't Keith Lee, I don't know what is. I read that as Keith Lee, in my head at least. "This day is my birthday. It is not a happy birthday, but it is one I am most grateful for. Several months ago, it was not a guarantee. I would make it to this day. So there is positivity in that. I paid all my medical bills from the many offices and machines I frequented. There is positivity in that. And I do find it amusing that people believe anyone but me paid for my medical expenses." So basically this, he goes on with another thing, but he said he was going to wait a couple of weeks, but decided to go ahead and say that. So WWE didn't pay for any of that, which I'm not surprised by that at all. I know it's angering and it's kind of bullshit, but not surprising.
Yeah.
Not necessarily. No. I'm looking forward to whatever ends up happening. If it's a podcast, if it's like a press release or whatever. But the last like year or so, he's been saying that like, oh, when the time's right, I'm really gonna fucking lay into them. I'm really gonna let the truth be known. It's like, well, if ever there were a chance, now is that time, and now here is that place. So let's see.
Yeah, but does he actually do that? A lot of these guys would love to go back there one day. Everyone knows that. And some of them will go back there one day. Some of them will come back, as WWE always brings back people. Drew McIntyre is one of them. To name just a few they've brought back. But I don't know if he'll actually rip them a new one. He may tell a few things that aren't really gonna shit on the company. This, like I said, this is fucked up. Yeah, they should pay for it, but these guys are supposed to have their own health insurance, and they can afford it with the money they're getting paid. So,
Right.
Like I said, bullshit. Yes. Frustrating. Yes. Surprising.
No.
Absolutely not. Not for WWE. It ain't.
So you don't think he'll do a CM Punk and just go on a podcast?
No, I really don't. I think he'll put stuff like this out there, but I don't think he's actually going to go completely shit on the company. If he does, great, but I don't think he will.
Yeah.
I don't think he will. I think he's got some ambition to go back there one day, which he should.
Yeah. Yeah, he's not gonna do what Mox and CM Punk did. So.
Well,
I mean, I don't know. He's already, like, according to Wikipedia, he's already 37.
right.
So he's kind of starting to quickly fall out of the criteria of people that they want, unless he, and I think he probably will, and he make a big name for himself, say in AEW or New Japan or whatever, and then they suddenly see the value in him after all. But I don't know. It's a 50-50 chance. He's been, like I said, he's been putting out a whole bunch of cryptic tweets that, when the time is right, I will speak my truth. So it's like, all right, let's see. Like, now, here's your opportunity. Floor is yours.
Yeah,
I wasn't surprised by this at all, actually, honestly. I mean, like, talent-wise, the idea that you can't find something for a guy of his size, of his charisma, of his ability, his moveset, the agility that he has for a big man, like all of his multifaceted talents, that you can't figure out something to do with the man is surprising. But the fact that like the writing was on the wall, it was going to happen at some point. You were only going to keep underutilizing the guy for so long.
Right. You're right. You're right. It was. And I got to say, I kind of wonder if after his issue, I think he had a heart issue, correct? It was a heart thing going on.
COVID, I think.
Don't remember yet. We talked about him having COVID.
Right. He did. But I think he also had something else while he was going through that. And he had
Actually, you're right. We talked about that, too.
Right. Maybe it wasn't a heart issue, but it was something that he was going through. I'm wondering if possibly they were having a hard time getting him cleared.
Maybe, but I mean,
maybe.
And I know it's a different, it's a different animal. It's a different situation, different circumstances. But like they kept trying to find opportunities for Joe, and Joe had his problems health-wise too.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. He did, but certain guys, they just, I don't know. Like I said, maybe they just figured it was better. Like I said, if they were having a problem getting him cleared, maybe they just figured it was better to cut bait now and, stop trying or stop doing this, or, down the road, maybe he won't be cleared at all. And then we're losing money. We might as well just get out of this now. And I'm not, trust me, I'm not defending WWE at all while saying that, but
yeah,
it did make me laugh though, that people were trying to spin the Bearcat thing like it was his idea. One of the very first things he did was like completely denounce that idea.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, yeah, no, that was not at all my idea. I didn't want that name either.
Yeah, and someone dug back, found that Bearcat thing that we talked about, the Bearcat right thing, and everybody went with it. Even we did, but not his idea. They were trying to make it seem like it was, and they did a damn good job. And as Eric said, they did let Mia Yim go also. And per Fightful,
which is not a surprise.
No, not surprising. No, I mean, after that whole flip out thing she did with Retribution, and then Retribution was gone, and she hadn't been seen since. She was kind of just gone. No one knew where she went or anything. She was just.
The writing was on the wall for both.
I would say so. And her deciding to take care of her man rather than go to the Royal Rumble, I'm sure no one really. I mean, we respect that, but I don't think a lot of other people in the company would respect her decision to do that, if you know what I mean. Yeah. So that might have been a big strike against her right there. Let her go be with her man.
She'll be fine. She would be perfect in Impact or AEW's women's division.
She came from Impact, didn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah, straight over from Impact. I thought so. Another shocking one, in a different way, is Nia Jax.
Believe it or not, and again, this is not from a talent perspective, she was, to me, the most shocking. Because there were so many criticisms against her, knocks against her, controversies surrounding her, so on and so forth. So many different opportunities where everybody thought that they were going to, send her down to developmental or whatever, do something with her to kind of get her to improve some of her habits. But seemingly she never faced any disciplinary action or any sort of classes that were put into place to prevent her from doing what she had been doing.
Mm-hmm.
They just kept running full speed ahead with her, and then suddenly this happened. It's like, wow, that is the most surprising for me, because they really seem to, despite what everyone else said, have her back and like her and support her.
Well, with her family lineage, you would think she was kind of untouchable.
Exactly.
So that was one of the most surprising things for me. Now, this will take us into the whole, they got rid of people because they weren't being vaccinated. She
At least
put
at
well,
least that's the excuse they have.
yeah, and she put out a tweet saying that that when they got rid of her, it was never mentioned the vaccination status. I don't know if that's true. And I mean, to be honest, the Fifth Circuit Court has put that on hold for right now, anyway. And that was
it's possible. It's possible that that was one of the reasons why they did it, and they also didn't tell her that it's one of the reasons why they did it. But also, we're not that far removed from that whole incident that she had with Charlotte, where it appeared like they were shooting on each other in the ring during their match.
Yeah, but I mean, Jesus Christ, this girl broke Becky's face open, and they were like, "Hey, it made the man cool. Let's just leave it at that."
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. But Nia did put out a tweet, obviously thanking WWE, trying to clear up that she was not, told it was her vaccination status. And I mean, people were saying that Sasha Banks is anti-vaxxer or whatever.
I was about to say, isn't Sasha Banks not vaccinated?
I don't know who is and who isn't, but I know
It's not our business.
Well,
either.
true, but I do know that she liked some tweets about not vaxing or choice vaxing or something, and of course she was, vilified for it. So
And people ran with it.
People lost their fucking minds over it. I saw it.
It's like people are losing their minds over Aaron Rodgers.
Well, now that is a villain there. He does need to be disciplined to the highest, extent of the law.
really,
Sasha Banks and Aaron Rodgers are two entirely different situations there.
Yeah.
Sasha Banks, think of the children, for the love of God, think of the children. Aaron, he should be suspended for the rest of the season without pay.
Oh, yeah, because you're a Bears fan.
Hey, now, well, let's not say why. It's a public safety problem.
oh, is it? It's a public health hazard.
You're allowed to make those decisions as long as you're, you also don't play for the.
Okay, I got it. Richie Lead are not allowed to make that decision for themselves. Okay.
You've got it.
Okay. All right.
Sorry, Smart.
Luke Birch is saying he actually lied about it. Wait a minute. Now, if he lied about it, I don't agree with the lying.
He actually, honest to God, did. Yeah, he said that
He
he had been vaccinated. It came out that he was not vaccinated because he got COVID.
Yeah, that's scummy. Well,
I mean, it's not great, in all honesty.
well, wait. You can be vaccinated and get COVID.
Yeah, but he was not vaccinated.
Okay. I mean, I get it, but I mean, he's still. I'm just
He
saying.
could still be lying. He could be trolling. Bro,
Not with all this media he's getting. He's ducking and covering. But anyway, if he lied, whatever. I'm not a sports guy, but if he lied, I don't agree with the lying. That's not good. That's not.
Yeah.
No.
Especially the way he's probably the biggest star in NFL today. So
Yeah.
you can't do that.
Yeah. The lying's kind of bullshit. I mean, did he lie to the NFL? Or did he lie?
Seemingly.
Okay. I wasn't sure if he just lied like to the people or if he lied to the NFL. I don't know. I guess it's all in the same, right?
Yeah.
Anyway.
It's a big story right now in the NFL. So.
All right. Well, anyway, let's get back to these releases. Frankie Monet, formerly and now back to being Taya Valkyrie. Also released. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
When she went, isn't she one of Big Talents? People are saying that she should go to like Impact or something. Not Impact, AEW. Or is that somebody else?
I don't know, but I think she would be fine. Actually, good over there. She'd be good. I mean, she's been TV ready. They basically brought her in, put her right on TV, and then just once again did nothing with her. I got to tell you, if you take that formula, I'm kind of surprised Tony Storm made it through this round.
Mm.
Where's Tony? I mean, where's Tony Storm? She was on SmackDown, and she wasn't. And she's not. She hasn't been. Where the fuck is Tony Storm?
Yeah,
She basically got the Chelsea Green treatment.
Well,
surprised Dana Brooks didn't go through get released.
Well, especially after I believe her boyfriend was involved in something.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Hold on,
Well, I didn't see it like personally. I didn't see it unfold, but apparently the scuttlebutt, as it were, and it's believed to be true, that apparently there was a Twitter troll that was saying a lot of bad shit about Dana Brooke, and he caught him outside. So he showed up at a fan's house and just apparently pummeled the dude.
Yeah, he went. Yeah, he went. Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back on him.
Mm-hmm.
He did. Yeah, he did. So I mean,
who's her boyfriend?
He's a. Hold on, I could have sworn I had that story. Hold on one second here.
I think he's trained in MMA. I don't think he's an MMA fighter like proper.
He's a professional boxer though.
Okay, yeah, professional boxer.
I knew
he had some sort of combat training.
Yeah, he was a professional boxer, MMA trained, and something else. Hold on here. I could have sworn I had that story up here, but I might have accidentally gotten rid of it or not saved it when my internet went out. But I thought I had that story here. Let me check one more time. One more here.
Let me see if I sent it to you. I sent you a bunch of stuff.
Nah, you didn't send me that one. You didn't send me that one. I know you didn't. But, yeah, I know he did. That was something he was involved in. And, yeah, he is MMA trained. He is a professional boxer. So, guy knows how to throw a punch, which probably doesn't help him that he went after. I don't know how old the person was he went after. But...
So, like, the secret is that you just have to make sure that you know that somebody's spouse is, like, a pushover before you can talk shit about them.
Right. Now, sometimes come on, sometimes you just want to go do that. You just can't do it nowadays. You can't do that. You just can't chase someone down and beat the shit out of them for something they're saying on the internet.
No.
I mean,
not at all. And I especially support this idea.
I mean, you can, but you shouldn't. Let's put it that way.
I would love to know what it was that he was saying for this guy to actually come find him. Because I would imagine if you are the spouse of Dana Brooke is a tremendous wrestler, actually. Never mind. No further comment. No, I was going to say, she's not that great. So she's probably been subjected to a lot of harsh criticism. So I wonder what it was that finally brought him over the edge.
I don't know, man. I don't know what could have been said. But back to Frankie Monet.
Yes.
She's
talented. I don't know, like she's not like the best pure wrestler in the world. She's more of a like lucha style type of wrestler, but she's got a good look to her. She's got good charisma. She's a good, in-ring performer. I'm surprised. She definitely is going to have somewhere to go. She's not going to be at a loss for options.
No, and like I said, I think she'd actually be a good one to go over to AEW. She could help that women's division. Not that it needs help right now. It's actually not that bad. It's way past where it was, but Frankie Monet would be a good one. She did put out a little tweet, said, well, with the little, I don't know, hand emoji. And after that, she did put out a little statement. I'm not sure if I want to read the whole thing. I guess I could. Hold on. Give me a second. I can read this whole thing. I should have brought my glasses. She put out, well, that didn't go as planned. First and foremost, I would like to thank WWE for allowing me to live my dream, even if it was cut short. To say I am disappointed would be an understatement. I'm confused, hurt, sad, and honestly, mad. I came there as one of the top luchadoras of our era, and honestly leaving there a little broken. I loved, in capitals, every day when I got to go to work, being around the greatest minds in the business, getting to train in the best, capitals, pro wrestling training facility in the world, and see my friends every day. I was completely enveloped in the industry. Thank you to Triple H, Shawn Michaels, and the entire PC staff for welcoming me with open arms and allowing me to learn from you. I know who I am, I know what I've done, and I know I have more to give. This is just another swerve in my journey that I didn't expect, but to be honest, my life has always been filled with those. I'm a fighter, I'm stubborn, and I'm very, very good pro wrestler. Thank you to everyone that supported me through this chapter, and thank you to everyone that will continue to support me in the next one. Time to let La Huera Loca loose. Let's make magic. I can't say that I disagree with anything she said here. She's obviously, again, another one who's going to thank the company, not shit on the company. She is young enough to go back. She's talented enough to go back. They just might not have had anything to do with her at this point. I'm sure the person who's most, affected by this is John Morrison. So
I can see him just trying to sneak out with her and just somebody being at the door and making him go back.
He was walking out. Hey,
Like,
hey,
I can't
hey.
believe you fired us. Who's us? No, you're still here, but
Hey. Your contract alarm went off when you walked out the door.
that dog collar will explode. You guys get back.
You felt the shock. You should have come back.
Mm-hmm.
Bad boy. Bad John Morrison.
Like we talked about this a long time ago, but when they did the documentary on him coming back, he sounded defeated while he was signing the contract. Where he was just like, man, I wish more people would have saw fucking Boone the Bounty Hunter.
John Morrison, though, I think will be fine in that company. I mean, talk about a talented guy. That guy is really talented. I'm not going to say he's the most charismatic guy in the world. He's not. His promos are okay. They're passable. But in ring, that guy is fucking amazing. So I think he'll be okay. And the stuff he does with as he's bouncing off people, he's very funny and he's witty at least.
Mm-hmm. I mean, he has no problem getting himself over. He was super over at Money in the Bank.
Oh yeah, and he was over in Lucha everywhere he went. That's why they brought him back, because everywhere he went, he was getting over.
Mm-hmm.
And naming himself after each company. I'm surprised he wasn't Johnny WWE.
After a while, he just started calling himself Johnny Mundo because he was in too many companies. Just like, yeah, I represent the entire fucking world.
Johnny World. So, but yeah, I think Frankie Monet will land somewhere, end up just fine. I would like to see her in AEW. I gotta say, when people go, oh, I could see him in Impact. The problem is no one sees Impact.
Yeah, I could not watch them in Impact. Well, good for them.
Listen, I'm not. I could sit here. I'm not trying to be a dick, but when you mention Impact, you are mentioning a dark hole for people to go to, and I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy at times. But
have fun in purgatory.
Holy fucking thunder! I'm just saying, it's just not a place I wish for people to go. I don't know. I mean, I get it. You need money. You need a job. I'm not shitting on anyone who goes there. I'm not shitting on anyone who works there. I'm just saying, if you have another option, I would seriously take a look at it before signing with Impact, is all I'm saying.
Yes.
I mean, even NWA is even an option, is all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. Apartment wrestling, anything.
Hey, you never know. You could end up wrestling Katie Cummings one day.
Mm.
That'd be nice. I'd watch.
Speaking of, it's important. As journalists, it's important for us to mention the fact that Scarlett has put out feelers about potentially starting an OnlyFans and has expressed a desire to do a hardcore deathmatch bra and panties.
I'm down. I mean, I'm good for both. I don't go on OnlyFans, but good. I could definitely see. She doesn't have to do. People think she's going to go on OnlyFans and start like fucking guys like Sunny does. No. She's not.
Actually, a lot of people, the people that are smart, or the people that have seen this before, know that in all likelihood she won't be doing much anything there, because we've seen this before. Yeah. Chelsea Green has one, and it's basically just the same shit she posts on Instagram for $25 a month.
Zelina Vega has had one way back. She was like one of the first ones to get it and do non-nudes. So what are you going to do, man? Mm-hmm. What are you going to do?
Everything was going fine, and then you get one person that doesn't want to get naked, and everybody else realizes it's okay again, and you fuck it up for everybody. I'm not saying that she deserved to get fired, but she deserved to get fired.
Well, they were about to ban all the porn anyway on that site, so who knows? Could do it again one day. But
mm-hmm.
I guess we can.
OnlyFans is a waste of time.
Yeah. It's a waste of money.
Yeah, for other people. I mean, if you know where to get it for free.
Well, anyway, I think
I don't need to spell it out.
no, not at all. But I think the winning tweet of November 4th went to Ember Moon, who was also released from the company, and put, "All I can do is laugh." I love it. I love it. I don't know why I love it so much, but I saw this tweet and it made me laugh. And I think she just, I think I get where she was just like, I'm either gonna laugh or cry, and I'm choosing to laugh it off.
She's probably happy.
I got to tell you, there's another one I could see in AEW. I think she would be a hell of an addition to the AEW roster. I think she really would be. And I mean, she probably only has a 30-day non-compete, so there's one I'd like to see. What was that?
Because she had NXT contract, right?
Yeah, she did, but Oni Lorcan is saying he had a 90-day non-compete clause. So I guess it's contract by contract. I guess not all contracts in NXT are standard contracts. So we'll get Oni Lorcan next. Go ahead.
Sorry. Did Cass have 30-day or 90-day? Because he just came up, like a month ago, 2 months, a month and a half ago.
Yeah, I don't know. It kind of looks like they're going, like I said, contract by contract. It just depends on what your contract is, I guess. I figured they were all the same in NXT because everybody kept saying 30-day, and I mean, I guess not. Malachi Black, brought that to attention.
They messed up with Black.
Right, exactly. He brought it to attention, but looks like Oni Lorcan. I mean, we'll get into him next. I'm talking about him, but Ember Moon, like I said, I think she's going to be another one who just will excel anywhere she goes. I think WWE held her back. I always liked her. I thought she was good in the ring. Beautiful girl. Yep. I think she would be an incredible addition to an AEW.
Yeah, it's disappointing they didn't use her to her potential, like Naomi, and even Naomi is. I bet you if Naomi wasn't married to which Uso is she married to, Jay or Jimmy?
The one that starts with a J. I think Jay.
I think, yeah. Anyway, if she wasn't married into that family, I think she would have been one of the people cut.
I kind of think so too, but I think
the only reason she is still there is because of who she's married to and the family she's into now.
Maybe not. They really always give her a try. She hasn't really changed her gimmick over very much, but they do. I mean, it's like they give her a push, they stop. She's like the Dolph Ziggler of pushes. They give her a push, they stop. They give her a push, they stop. I don't know why, but she's another one they give you no reason to invest a lot of time in because you know it's going nowhere.
Yeah. It's kind of the same way with Asuka, because Asuka, they pushed for a little while, and now, I mean, I know she's injured now, but since Becky's back, now they're back to Becky, Charlotte, and Sasha, all those three.
Yeah. I don't know. Like I said, it's weird what they do with Naomi, but Ember Moon, 100%. Like I said, I think she'd be an incredible addition to the AEW women's roster. So let's see what they do with her.
Oh yeah,
let's see what they do with her. And Oni Lorcan was the next one released. I don't know what order. The next one on my list. He put out a little confirmation that he was released. He put out today. I have been officially, today I have been officially been released. That's exactly what he put. I'm reading it verbatim. Let's fix this. Today I have officially been released from my WWE contract. I had a great 6 years with WWE. I am going to look back on that time very fondly. I met some great people, had some great experiences. It was definitely a cool chapter in my life. Going forward, though, I am very excited for the future. I have a 90-day non-compete clause in my WWE contract. So he's saying he has 90. It's not me saying it. It's him. So that brings me to about the first week in February, where I'll be able to work anywhere in the world. I am very excited for the future. I want to say thank you to all of the WWE fans for sticking with me. And going forward, I hope you continue to follow me and stick with me. Biff rules. Formerly Biff Busick, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yes, formerly Biff Busick. So I'm assuming he's going to just jump right back into that name. I'm sure right now he's sitting there going, thank God they didn't let me use that name in NXT. I would not be able to go back to it now. Oh, they would have bought it. They would have owned the trademark, and he would have had to either fight for it or hope they abandon it at some point.
Yeah.
So, it's not worth it. And then even if they abandon it and you try to get it, they can fight it. You still get first right of refusal, even if you abandon it. So, but Oney Lorcan, didn't he come from, was it ROH? He came over from?
I think he's more like a
Sounds like an ROH
CZW guy.
He was what? Smart?
More of a CZW guy, I believe.
You're right. He was over there, CZW and stuff. You're right. CZW, I think he did a little GCW stint also. You're right.
It's in CZW 2012 to 2015. Pro Wrestling Guerrilla a little bit in Evolve.
Did he work with Mox or no?
No, 2012, so you would have been gone by then.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah. So, all right. I'm not sure where he'll end up, but I think he's another one he'll be fine also. I mean, he was a big name, starting to be a big name on the indies, which is why WWE picked him up in the first place. So, all right. We can now go to Ember Moon. Oh, I'm sorry. Grand Metalik, I believe, is who we're on now. Yes, Grand Metalik. Now, Grand Metalik is a different one. I'm sure he's happy. He had asked for his release back in September, saying that there were lack of opportunities in the company for him. No shit. So while they were letting go of Grand Metalik, I guess they figured, fuck it, let's get rid of fucking Lince Dorado too. I mean, let's just pile on at this point. So they did get rid of both of them. Now, Lince Dorado was another one who was out tweeting. And I guess Izzy's dad, once again, we're back to Izzy, the Bayley super fan. I guess her dad was talking shit about Lince Dorado because Lince Dorado was one of them that was against the training that she was doing with Effie. Remember, Smark, Effie is involved in this.
Mm-hmm.
And he spoke out against it. So he was pissed at him and he was talking shit about him. Basically,
yeah, I guess he sent out a tweet with, quote unquote, wish you the best in your future endeavors. I think it was like a laughing emoji.
Right, exactly. And here, let me get this. I thought I had this pulled up, but I'm lying. I did not have this pulled up. Shit. And I can't get to the site because my internet blows tonight. But it was something like, here, let me try it one more time.
Yeah, I mean, I feel kind of bad for his daughter because it's not her fault. Like, she's not doing any of this fucking annoying, obnoxious behavior. But apparently her dad and her stage parents are being just real obnoxious pricks.
Yeah, and basically he put, listen, if you want to meet me, I'll be at this show. Lince Dorado said it. I'll be at this show. I'll be here. Come on down and we'll have a little talk. Well, her dad decided to pretty much immediately apologize. Lince, no need to talk because I have truly already said too much. I am man enough to admit when I'm wrong. I sincerely apologize for my insensitive tweet on Thursday. Deleting the tweet is not enough. I owe you a direct apology. I also recognize and respect what you are dealing with professionally in this moment. I should have never made such a rude, off-the-cuff remark. Again, I apologize for my actions. You are a talented wrestler. I know that you will continue to thrive in the pro wrestling business. I want you to know that with sincerity, I do wish you and your family all the best. Hashtag apology. Well, stepped out of his prick suit pretty fucking fast, didn't he?
Yup.
Slipped right out of that bad boy, didn't he?
Yep.
He's like, I will fight you. He's like, well, that won't be necessary.
Well,
I'm deeply sorry if I have affected your sensibilities, sir.
Dorado, another one trained in MMA, by the way. Yeah, you know, shit gets real when they're like, I'm in your neighborhood, motherfucker. Come say hi.
Mm-hmm.
Come say hi. Oh, let's slow this. Oh, whoa now, buddy.
Hey, you can call it racist if you want to, but believe me when I say it, Puerto Ricans don't fuck around. He will find him. He get your fucking ass beat with a chocolate. You don't want to fuck around.
Yeah. Now, listen, you got to appreciate the guy did apologize, whether out of fear or whatever. Like I said, fear or whatever. He did apologize. I guess we can give him that. And the tweet from Lindsay Dorado was, I did just find it here. Don't worry, fam. I see you at Cody's Starbuck. I guess that's her dad. Soon. I'll be at hashtag Silver Spurs Arena today at 4. After my competition, come down and talk. We gonna talk or what? With a question mark.
What a great way to promote indie dates too. I'll be whooping his or dad's ass at the following events.
If he has the balls.
By 10 while I have my foot on his neck.
This is so meet me in the parking lot. I love it. I love it. I'm not.
Good for him. That's one way to get yourself over.
I mean, I'm not down for, violence or anything. Well, well, you know what I mean. But anyway, Lindsay Dorado also released, but pretty cool little exchange there. Izzy's parents need to, like I said last week, just back the fuck up.
Yeah.
Back the fuck up. How old is that girl now? 16, 17?
She's a teenager of a sort. I don't know exactly how old she is. I think she's a teenager at this point.
Oh, listen, she's involved with a completely different wrestling company now. I think her parents need to shut up before they fuck that up. How much of this is Jeannie Buss going to take? Remember, she had a lot to do with that WoW opening. So how much of that are the owners and promoters going to take before they're just like, your parents are fucking up your chances here. Stop.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good point. This is Jeannie Buss. It's not a fucking regular shady independent wrestling promoter. She actually runs a legitimate business. She will not put up with that shit.
Right.
Nope.
Yeah, exactly, man. I mean, you at some point they need to realize they're putting their daughter's job in jeopardy. I mean, that's truly what they're doing. I mean, I'm not saying the companies that they're like petty WWE company, but man, business is business, and shit that's bad for business isn't going to be around very long.
Yep.
So, I don't know. I think our parents need to back off and really think about what they're doing. We'll get to, we got Harry Smith here. They let him go, brought him back.
Again?
Never brought him on TV, let him go again. I feel bad for this guy, man. Such a lineage. His father was a great wrestler, and this is what we get. Harry Smith,
yeah,
son of Davey Boy.
He'll be all right. Like, he, before this, he was doing a little bit with GCW, so he'll probably do some more stuff with them. I know that's not the same pay scale-wise, but he has places he can go. MLW, too.
Right.
I could see him in AEW teaming up with Brian Pillman.
Maybe. I mean, because I don't know if we're going to talk about this either, but Tony Khan, they kind of asked Tony Khan about this, because every time they release people, it's usually like they're getting rid of like 20 people at a time, and there's only but so many spots. It's like there's usually about 2 or 3 people that I see that I can do something with.
Right. Yeah. And I had that story up, but it's not like he named names or anything. So, I figured it was just something I figured we'd get to it, bringing up as we talked about these. But yeah, he did say he is a couple. He said, I could see, I don't know if Harry Smith would be one of them, though. Maybe. I mean, I don't know. He's another one. WWE
Maybe the open door policy. He worked MLW and did a few matches there, here and there.
Maybe. Who knows?
I could see that.
They do have a bunch of the YouTube shows that they do people for, so maybe something like that.
Yeah, who knows? But feel bad for the guy. Like I said, they brought him back. Or they released him. They brought him back. He had that match. People were into him. They loved him, and they were like, "Oh, let's bring him back." And they brought him back. I never saw him on television. No one saw him on television. And then they're like, "Nah, fuck him." Nah, fuck him.
You would think they would try to, with the family he has, the history. You would think he would try to push him, but
they don't want family history anymore. I really feel that they don't. I really feel they're trying to get away from the whole nepotism kind of feeling. I mean, come on. The Rex Steiner is Braun Breaker.
That is true, but then also too that I feel like obviously Bret Hart too, but I feel like he's always going to be forever linked with Owen Hart and what's been going on recently with Martha Hart having her deal with AEW and this kind of not having the best things to say about him. I wonder if that sort of residually bounces back towards Harry Smith's door.
It might. That definitely could have something to do with it. Maybe the whole thing with her not joining, but teaming up with AEW maybe had something to do with it. But I mean, there's certain names in the business that WWE knows they can't erase, but there's also certain names in the business they know if you just don't push as that name, you will not erase, but people will just kind of forget about it.
Yeah.
And they have no problem with that. I mean, there's probably still a picture up of Scott Steiner saying, "Do not let this man in the building."
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Which is probably why.
Is Scott Steiner still in Impact?
I don't know. I don't know where he is.
I don't think so.
I don't know. At this point, every time I see, I just know that one time he smacked Jordan Grace's ass. Every time I see her now, that man's a lucky, goddamn, just even to get to smack that ass. She's looking amazing lately. I don't know if anybody's seen her pictures coming out lately, but she's lifting weights in a thong.
Yeah, I've seen the pictures, but
yeah, me too.
I don't know. She's just never really been one for me.
I like her. What can I say?
I mean, she's fine, but just the personality is kind of counteracts any sort of physical appeal that she has. She just seems really fucking annoying.
Yeah, many women do. Many women.
That being said, pitchers can't talk. You don't need to. She won't lecture you about feminism while you're drinking off to a pitcher. It's totally fine.
Okay. So Trey Baxter was also released.
Here we go. Now we're talking about something I'm actually upset about.
Okay. I gotta tell you, I'm not quite sure. I don't remember seeing Trey Baxter very much.
A little bit. He wrestled. He was in the prospect tournament or whatever it is that they call it. The prospect tournament's a Ring of Honor thing, but the breakout tournament or whatever fucking verbiage they're putting behind it. He was in that. He did a couple of matches before that on NXT, so he had done a couple of episodes of NXT. He wasn't being regularly featured, but
right.
He was there. He was Blake Christian in GCW.
Okay. Oh. Okay. All right. He did put out a little thing, a little post on Instagram. He said, "I couldn't really find the words and what to say, so I'll say thank you to WWE, the coaches, the writing team, the writing team, and to all the fans who supported me. I got to learn some of the absolute best and work with some of the absolute best talent. My time was short, but I made the most of every time I was given an opportunity, then some." Boy, English, man, English, Jesus. "I got to do this with my rock, my love at Cora Jade, WWE. We all know who Cora Jade is. And I'll never be able to describe what a feeling it was to do this journey with her. This may be a difficult time in my life. I am sad, but I do not feel regret. Thank you to everyone that has reached out, even if you haven't gotten around to seeing those messages. Thank you. If I haven't gotten around to seeing those messages, thank you. with all that said, I'm ready to take back over the world, just like I did before. You did? Trey Baxter, out. Hashtag all hearts, still here. When did he take
I
over?
don't remember who Trey Baxter is.
Yeah, I don't remember him taking over the world either. I'm trying to think. Baxter. Did Baxter ever take over the world? Trey Baxter. What was his name again, Smart?
And GCW is Blake Christian.
Yeah. No. I don't remember
That's
the world.
the thing, though, is like, and yeah, obviously he didn't make an impact in WWE, but he's still really fucking young. Like, he's in his early 20s at this point. So it sort of contradicts their whole youth initiative, other than the fact that I guess he's just short and they don't like short guys this month. So there you go. But he'll be perfectly fine. No, he's obviously going back to GCW, and I wouldn't be surprised if, you know, New Japan didn't reach out to him at some point. If he was an Impact before, and I know you said that it's sort of a death sentence, but it's still extra money. So,
Yep.
Yeah.
There's MOW too, so.
He'll be all right.
Yeah. So after that, we had Jessica Mia released. She was out there with Robert Stone. She was with the Robert Stone brand. Who? Did you hear that? Who just said who? Was that Eric?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't mean to be mean, but I never heard of these people. Some of these people.
Yeah, we're going to get into a few more. We're going to blow through the next few, actually, to be honest with you, because not much to say. But anyway.
I really didn't. She didn't wrestle enough for me to get a actual appreciation for her acumen. But I enjoyed seeing her on TV. I will say that much.
I know what you're talking about there. She's
put
like
out
6
foot tall.
Yeah,
fucking tall. She got a nice butt. Everything's fun.
I know she was definitely entertaining in that sense. But she put out pretty much the same tweet everyone else has, thanking WWE. I'm not going to read this one again. Literally thanking WWE, the friendships, the passion, the everything, the entertainment industry. Grateful, usual stuff that they've been tweeting. But we had like I said, there's a couple more that I really didn't see very much. Jeet Rama.
Now this, I literally have no idea who the fuck he is. That's the only person on this list that I have no clue who they are.
Okay. Zeta Ramir, also released.
They used her a little bit. She got a win over somebody that was important, but I forget who.
Yeah, a while back I remember that. Eva Marie also released. Not surprising. I mean, really, after the Dewdrop thing, what do you do with her?
Leave the memories low.
A lot of people were mad about this.
People were mad.
SummerSlam match.
People
against Alexa Bliss was it's one thing to be a bad wrestler. It's another thing to trip over your feet as you're just walking around.
I mean, she is, by the way, going to be fine. She's actually starring in some franchise movie right now. I think she's the main character, the main badass bitch in a movie.
Okay, I mean, yeah, she'll be fine. She's attractive. She can parlay that into something. But I'm just, it's weird that she got somehow worse in between her stints. The more she wrestled, the worse she got, which is sort of dumbfounding. And I've also never seen somebody I've never seen a worse athlete.
Yeah. Here, let's see if I can find the name of that movie she's filming. I mean, she's got a friggin' IMDb. Let's see. Action, #1. She's a bounty hunter. That's you go.
That's the role that she's given?
Yeah.
So, her character doesn't have a name. It's just bounty hunter. So, that's a good sign.
Right now, yeah. Dude, she was in a movie in 2020, Hard Kill, with, I think this was the movie she did with Nicolas Cage.
I wish you were. I was hoping that you were going to say fucking Steven Seagal.
No, Bruce Willis and Jesse Metcalf are in that movie. She was in that movie. She was in, and she had a name, Sasha Zindel. She was in a movie called Inconceivable in 2017. This is the one with Nicolas Cage and Gina Gershon. Ooh, she's hot. She was in that movie. You got to admit, she's going to be fine. She'll be fine on her own. Her and her husband have some like vitamin company that she does and everything. So she's going to be 100% just fine.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't see her going to any of the big companies or doing anything like that. But I do.
You're canceling out the chance she might show up in New Japan.
Yeah, I really don't see it.
Fucking Okada versus Eva Marie.
In the crowd, maybe.
I specifically like the idea that a company that doesn't even have a women's division will bring her on.
Yeah, I wouldn't see it. But Eva Marie did not comment on her release, but Doudrop did, who she was working with. She was doing an interview with Metro, which is a UK-based company. She said, honestly, I'm absolutely heartbroken because that woman is a big sister to me. Behind the scenes, she is the nicest person you will ever meet. Every single person. She's got a funny story with them. I just love her so much. I hope it's not the last we've seen of her in WWE. I think she's amazing. When you see her in real life, you're like, you're amazing at being a heel. But time will tell. Who knows what will happen in this crazy world? I feel like everything that has been thrown at me, I've knocked out of the park, especially being with Eva. She obviously has been here before, so for me, it was a bit calming to have someone that had experience and who could guide me. There you go. I mean, listen, she seemed like a decent person, even on that. What was it? The first Total Divas, I believe she was on. Not Total Divas. Was it Total Divas?
Yeah, she was on Total Divas for a minute there.
It was. It was the first one I believe she was on. She seemed like a nice person, a little naive, but
yeah, she doesn't downright seem evil. She's just not very good at wrestling. It's perplexing that she keeps coming back and they keep bringing her back.
I mean, she'd be a great heel valet because she's so pretty that she just looks like she'd be a heel valet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's what she'd be good at, and I think that's what they really wanted her more as, but they're probably getting away from using female valets at this point, so who knows? So, I believe we only have two more names left. We do. Two more names left we have here. Katrina Cortez, who was pretty much just put into Legado del Fantasma.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so, you know, and that's not even the worst thing for her. Here's the worst thing. At 18, I made the decision to travel to an unknown country. Without knowing English, I came here. Today, I receive an email telling me that my visa expires next month. I will have to sell everything that with much love and effort I have achieved. So her visa is up, and now she has no job, so she can't renew her work visa.
Damn.
That's pretty shitty, man. That's really shitty. But I mean, I guess that's not up really for WWE to give a shit about. So,
yeah, I feel like they could have at least I don't feel like they were wasting all that much money keeping her on. Though they could have at least given her a little bit of warning, because it's not like she had, it's not like she's gonna have to pack her things up and go back to Utah. She's fucking from Chile. It's like she's going all the way, across the fucking world now. She's getting the boot. Like this happened with what's his name, Bronson Reed, formerly Bronson Reed too. Right. Of just these, the international people, it hurts them a lot more. I really feel for her on this one.
Well, Peyton Royce and Billy Kay were having the same problem before Impact hired them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, it's something that these people have to worry about if they get released. And you go to WWE, it could happen any day. I mean, listen, the next one, the last one we're going to talk about here is BFAB.
Mm-hmm.
And, here's the shitty thing. According to Wrestling Observer, BFAB officially traded in her NXT contract for a main roster one because Hit Row was called up a week before. And then she was released. So basically now 1 week up on the main roster. Now she has a 90-day non-compete instead of a 30. I guess a plus. She gets paid for 2 extra months. I don't know.
She can't work for 2 months until next year.
But seriously, it's crazy that they brought her up, did that, and then they're like, hey, we changed our mind. Oh, you're going to send me back? No. We're going to send you home. Pretty.
I was kind of surprised by that one too, because it seemed like they really liked her. Like the match she had against Elektra Lopez, a lot of people shit on. So I guess it was just they also thought that she was bad in the ring, and I guess didn't expect her to get any better. But it seemed like they really liked her, and it seemed like almost like they were going to potentially push her as being sort of like their version or their answer to like Jade Cargill.
Well, I mean,
but apparently not. Apparently, I don't know if they're just like seeing her and Bianca as being too close to the same, as being like redundancy or whatever the fuck, however they want to look at it. Because for after a while there, they started cutting everybody that had like dyed hair and piercings because they already had Rhea Ripley. So
right.
Who knows?
Yeah, and I mean, it's so strange. Like I said, that they did this. They call up the whole group, and then I mean, you would look at her and think Vince would love a girl like her. She's built, she looks great, she's a beautiful girl. But no, they just decided it was not in their best interest to keep her, I guess. But really, really a dirty move they did, putting her right under a 90-day non-compete and then getting rid of her a week later. I don't know if I've ever heard of them doing that to anybody.
Right. And that one's is another thing, in addition to that, that's particularly worrying. Because not like we really had that much faith in them anyway, but like they're just straight up now saying that they don't plan any of this shit ahead. Like they just started using, they just drafted Hit Row, they just started using Hit Row on the main roster, and then just immediately they just fire her. So it's like they're not planning any of this shit.
No. And I mean, obviously they had plans for her. It's not like they could say, I know they're using this whole budget cut thing, and you can look at budget cuts and blah, blah, blah. And, I know this company's making a ton of money. Listen, I've had plenty of time to get over the emotional and realize that this is a company thing, but 18 people is a lot of people to get rid of in one day. I mean, if they spread this out over a month, it would be a little better maybe for the company, but 18 people in one day. Nick Khan is just on a fucking spree, man.
Mm-hmm.
The guy,
$255.8 million in this quarter alone, the third quarter of 2021.
Mm-hmm.
So keep that in mind when they're saying it's budgetary reasons. Well, they're up 15% from, I guess, the last quarter.
I mean, listen, I know companies have to, all of us here know, companies have to trim the fat every now and then.
Mm-hmm.
It happens. It happens in every company. But, I mean, they have gotten rid of I would say anywhere from 70 to 80 people since April? Just this year? And last year there was another one. Wasn't there another mass firing once or twice last year?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they've gotten rid of a shitload of people just in 2021. I don't know if it's over yet. I mean, the holidays are coming up. Isn't that a great time to get rid of people?
Indeed. Yeah, they're saying it's over 70. It's 71, apparently.
All right.
Just this year alone. So.
Wow. And that's probably not including, or maybe it is including, office people that have been released.
Yeah, I mean, I hate to laugh at somebody getting fired, but this is how fucking crazy, ridiculous, cutthroat this company is being. They fired their CFO like almost immediately after a business call where she she was on call while they were touting their new, or their quarterly budget that just came up, their earnings that they just made. So she was just on call with the shareholder, and like as soon as she hangs up, oh, you're fired.
Yeah, I mean, I got to be honest, as a few people in that company should be worried, in my opinion.
There was a thing, there was like an anonymous wrestler, obviously. But there was a report that one of the wrestlers was saying is like they saw what happened with Bray Wyatt, and they're like, man, if this guy's making them money hand over fist on merchandise, he gets fired. Like, what the fuck, what do we have to be, confident in?
No one.
It's like, if you get over, you get fired if you want more money. If you don't get over, you get fired. If you're not a certain height, a certain weight, a certain look, you're fired. So just like it is a higher likelihood that you're going to get fired than you're going to succeed. And we're going to talk about this later, even the people that are bringing them a lot of money that seem like they would not want to do anything to draw their ire, they're even fucking with them now. So who knows?
Man, nobody is safe. Nobody is safe in that company, and they're proving it by the people they get rid of each time, especially the office staff that they get rid of. So no one is safe. I would feel so like unnerved going in that company every day. Is today the day? Is today the day? How the fuck do you go to work like that every day?
Right.
How? I can't do that. I mean, I go to work going, fuck it, go ahead and fire me. But that's just me.
Well, yeah, and like they were talking about it on the Observer, like the idea that you have to, you know, like if you're going to be a younger talent, you're going to NXT or whatever. Chances are you're moving from somewhere in the country, or you know, even like an entirely different country. So like you're uprooting your life and you're moving to, you know, Orlando, you're moving to Florida, wherever it is that they're at, somewhere in Florida, and like there's no guarantee that you're going to be there for more than like a month or two. So it's like that's a big gamble at this point. Like if you're a new talent, I really don't see any reason to sign there other than just potentially putting something on film that other companies can see when you inevitably get fired.
Right. Yeah. I don't know, man. I would just feel very unsafe going in that company every day, and I would just, it would be an awful, awful workplace, in my opinion. Now, Luke Birch has a great question here, Mark. I think we need to get into this. I think we need to sidetrack.
Well, it's related to what we're talking about, I think, in a sort of a tenuous way.
Sort of. And we all need to give an answer here, but I disagree with you guys right now. Who would win in a fight between RoboCop and the Terminator?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I just want you to remember something. RoboCop has guns and weapons built in.
Yeah.
Terminator's just a big, strong robot. Huh?
This is true.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
But
I'm telling you.
I mean, I don't know. Well, I mean, RoboCop needed Sting's help to beat like the Four Horsemen.
But RoboCop's got guns built in.
But like, it wasn't part of the Terminator that like you could shoot him and it like didn't do much anything. You had to like basically melt him.
Well, remember he had a pretty badass like fully automatic handgun. I mean, he was a pretty, and he was a good shot with it.
Which I will say, I saw the Terminator for the first time, maybe the first time, definitely the first time as an adult this year over the summer.
Huh.
And if you take away the guns from that movie, it's just a horror movie. Like there's a guy who just shows up for no real rhyme or reason. It's trying to kill this woman, and so he ends up killing a bunch of other people in their wake. Like he goes to the old people's house, the old wife or husband, the old couple, and he just like shows up there and just murders them for just no apparent reason.
I'm looking for Sarah Connor.
There's like a bunch of just like unnecessary murder in that movie, and that's why I like it. It's not a criticism.
Eric?
Yes.
Terminator. RoboCop. Who you got?
RoboCop.
Man. RoboCop. There we go. But it's still 3-2. We're out. Oh, it's 2-2.
I'm rolling Terminator on this one.
No, it's
I think
2-2.
even Judge Dredd is kind of a better version of RoboCop than RoboCop.
Whoa.
Controversial about it.
No, totally different characters, my man.
Aren't they both just robots, essentially?
He's not a robot. He's a test tube baby.
Judge Dredd?
Yeah. He's not a robot.
Okay, I have not seen Judge Dredd in a very long time, so I might be speaking of a place of ignorance.
I've seen Judge Dredd and Dredd. Both. The one with Stallone. Another one who makes noises.
Looking back to Hollywood Hangout, how good is Blade Runner, by the way? I watched that over the summer. That also.
I haven't seen that.
The original?
No.
That's pretty good.
No. This weekend I watched, let's see, I saw Grown Ups 1 and 2. I saw The Matrix 1, 2, and 3 this weekend. I watched, trying to think. If I went to my Hulu, I could tell you. I watched a shitload of movies on Hulu. I watched the Fallen movie with Denzel Washington and John Goodman. That's on Hulu now. Literally,
Oh, wow.
like the night after me and Smart talked about it, I turned on Hulu. First movie that popped up on my For You. I'm like, holy fuck, this is scary. This is scary.
I watched Squid Game over the weekend.
Yeah, haven't seen that one yet.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, I don't watch many Netflix things. I'm more of a Hulu guy. I don't know why.
I am too, but everybody was talking about it, and I figured I'd give it a shot.
Oh, of course. Jump on the bandwagon, Smart.
That's right. I'm not trying to ride the waves.
There you go. There you go. Let's see here. I guess we should get back here. We really don't have much more. Then we need to get into AEW. We've got predictions. Did someone just explode?
See, I'm telling you, the Terminator's coming after you, motherfuckers, for talking shit.
I thought someone just exploded live on air. I'm like, what the fuck was that?
I don't know what that was about. It wasn't on my end, but yeah, Terminator's coming for you.
My God. Get to the chopper. Chopper. You like that? Is that good? That fun?
See, and Terminator was in Mortal Kombat too, so that's another plus.
Okay. So
I don't know if RoboCop was in there. I know Terminator was in there. Fucking a couple other people. They had Freddy Krueger in there at one of the Mortal Kombat games at one point.
I have one with Jason also.
Yeah.
I have one with Jason. I have Mortal Kombat. Fuck, I bought one for me and my kid because they wanted to.
Probably like XL or some shit.
Yes, that's it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's it. It's so easy, and it's so you open the players so fast in that game. Like before we knew it, we had all the players, and I'm like, well, that was fucking easy. Just play for fucking 30 minutes. Oh shit! There goes someone dropped a bomb again.
I think nowadays with the video games, it's more about online play.
Yeah,
So they let you get these characters quicker than,
Oh.
it used to be back in
Oh.
the day.
Hold on. I'm gonna have to. Oh, I needed to mute Eric for a second. Eric, you're muted because your phone is very staticky.
Indeed.
Let's see.
Honestly, Luke Burris is bringing up a good point. RoboCop has apparently also been in Mortal Kombat. So this is like they're at a stalemate.
Okay. And Eric, you're the only one that can unmute you, by the way. Yeah, you're still staticky. Still staticky for some reason. Hit that mute one more time if you don't mind.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. All right. Still staticky. Although I do feel like I'm on a beach, if that helps at all.
Yeah. Oh god, that means you're gonna start playing Buffett. I'm gonna get the fuck out of it.
I really do. I mean, I feel like I'm on a beach, if that helps at all. I just feel like all the waves are rolling in. The ambient sounds.
I mean, we can hear your voice, but there's just a lot of static in the background.
Yeah, you got a lot of static going on there, man. If you want to try to call, you can try to give us a ring back. You know we're here. Oy. Yeah, you might want to try. I'm having to yell over the static, which I probably don't have to do. I have a giant mic in front of me. Let's see what happens here, though. Now, Smart,
There's
well,
no need to make this a contest, okay? It's how you use it.
very true. Now, Smart.
Sounds good?
Yeah, perfect. Eric. Oh, shit. Okay, that sounded electric. That was like a fucking electric guitar in there. That was like a bending up. Wait, he's good. Eric, don't move.
Yeah.
Don't move. Don't fucking move from where you are. Do you need to like get under a desk or something? I don't know. I don't know what to do at this point. I mean,
Being attacked by like typewriters or something.
I don't know if you guys were.
I'm just sitting down.
Were you guys? I don't know if you guys were old enough that you had tornado drills in school.
Yes.
Yeah, Eric, did you guys have tornado drills in school?
Yes.
Okay, they still do them. Yeah, because that fucking desk is gonna protect you from a falling building. Anyway, I gotta tell y'all. No, you're good. You're good. If you were staticky, I would have either muted you or told you to mute yourself. But no, you.
This is actually a pretty solid bit. Are you by any chance like a poltergeist? Is that what the situation is? Like communicating through the
Okay. Okay.
3, 2, no? Okay.
No. Luke Birch thought tornadoes went extinct in 1987. Yeah, you go to any trailer park and tell them that. You're going to get your ass kicked. That's all I'm saying. Anyway.
Maybe in England. Maybe there's no more tornadoes in England.
Maybe. I mean, maybe y'all eradicated the old tornadoes over there. You know, I don't know what do you guys get? What natural disasters y'all get over there? Besides, like, just rain all the time. Oh,
Just never stops raining enough for there to be a weather event. The atmosphere is forever stabilized by the constant rain.
Well, since I brought up the crow at the beginning of the show, it can't rain all the time, Mark. I had to. Another line.
I like the first crow, but then when they decided to cast Alec Baldwin in the second one.
I don't remember that.
That's a blunder.
Shit, Eric just got. Did you just? Was that an electric chair? My God, man, getting worried about you over there, Eric. All right, Smart. I gotta tell y'all, I really did not have much because. Oh shit, that was a scream. Honestly, with the releases, there wasn't much more news this week but the releases. But there is a few things that we can get into, and then we'll do the Full Gear predictions, and then if we have time, we'll get an AEW if we have time. I think we will. We don't have that much really news to get into. I actually don't even need to get into this little one thing that I'm actually going to delete it. But we'll get into a few things. Mark, you had a couple of stories you wanted to get into, and Eric, that one in that last group you sent me today, I'm not a part of that group, so
Yeah, I saw that. Sorry.
No, you're good there. Okay, so let me get rid of this one. And but I did get the other two that you sent me, and I've got them right here, so not a problem at all. And Smart, go for it. See what you can do. Try to stop this.
Okay. I'm being tased at this moment.
I think you're... Eric,
Yeah.
take the stun gun off of the receiver.
I'm just doing it.
Oh, man. Your phone is not agreeing with anybody. I'm going to have to mute you one more time here for a minute. Okay, Smart, start for a second.
Yeah, I'm going to just go ahead and jump right to the chase. I was saving this one for last, but I don't know if we're going to get to everything. So I am going to just go straight up with this one. Fightful.com. Bryan Danielson explains why he likes being chopped in the ring, but not the bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
Bryan Danielson has stayed very active since joining AEW, wrestling the likes of Kenny Omega, Eddie Kingston, Nick Jackson, and more. Danielson has taken his lumps in each bout, most notably leaving with a red chest thanks to the way he wears chops from his opponents. While the marks on his chest might look bad, Danielson quite enjoys it. Quote, part of me, I'm not competitive at all, but there's something about the physical nature of wrestling that just makes me feel alive. The chops. A lot of people hate getting chops because it does hurt. For whatever reason, I don't hate it. It makes me feel things. Ooh. It's not even a rush. It's just a sensory experience. I can close my eyes, think of the thing, and experience the vibration of the crowd's reaction. Danielson said on the Bellas podcast, which I highly recommend you listen to. There's a lot of thought-provoking. It's basically NPR. It's fresh air. Brie Bella, Danielson's wife, commented, is this something I should bring to the bedroom, chopping you? Danielson replied, no. There are a lot of people who are super into that, and I don't want to take anything away from them. That's other people's thing. I experience enough pain in my regular life that I do not want it in the bedroom. Yeah. Danielson also noted that he's not aggressive in the bedroom. Now you know.
Oh, so he's the submissive, so he's getting pegged and spanked.
I just picture that as him just laying there, like where he has to do all the work. I just the idea of somebody who's like fucking Mr. Work Rate in the ring, just kind of is a fish in the bedroom.
Yeah. That was a small static. That was okay, Eric. I hear you over there. So,
I don't know where the status coming from.
I don't know. Well, I don't know. But it's not that bad right now. You're good. You're all good, sir. I mean, if it starts electric shocking us again, I might have to put you on mute. So it was just funny. Every time me and Smark would say how good it would just pop right back up. So I'm going to just shut the fuck up. And anyway, yeah, that's interesting. But, I mean, this is something a lot of guys that wrestle have said, that it's a rush going out there. The adrenaline's pumping. You're in there. It's just what they do. I mean, think about these hardcore wrestlers that go out there. I mean, look at fucking Nick Gage. He fucking seems like he loves it. Mm-hmm. That doesn't mean he's fucking, slicing or cutting girls in bed and hitting them with, light tubes while he's nailing them. I mean, if he is good, that's his thing.
He cuts like a 20-minute promo afterwards about thanking them for coming out.
Thank y'all so fucking much for coming out. I'm banging that bitch right there tonight with a light tube. Anyway, thank y'all motherfuckers. MDK.
Show me your titties.
Yeah, MDK all fucking day. Anyway, I'm sorry, Smark. You mentioned titties?
Yeah, just like, I fucking appreciate you showing me your titties right now. It's fucking great. So yeah, I just like the idea that Danielson is like just super into being roughed up by dudes, but not so much females. He's like, no, that's gross. Don't touch me, woman.
Well, everyone's got their thing. Not that there's anything wrong with that, of course, Smart.
I do like how that we're just in like the modern day where it's just like, yeah, that's not for me, but don't get me wrong, that's totally okay if that's what you like. Where it's like, yeah, no, that's fine. Nah, I get it.
To each their own, sir. To each their own.
Indeed.
But listen, I mean, if there was something that I needed to know in my life before I died, I believe you just gave me that. I did.
He's very much a vanilla person in the old bedroom, apparently, the bourgeois. If anybody in the chat room likes to be roughed up during sex, please feel free to share it with us.
Yes. Yeah, sure. I mean, don't share too much, but anyway. Anyway, go ahead.
Nothing illegal. We don't want to be like accessories, but hey, if you're into the nipple clamps, we're not here to judge you.
Yeah, of course. But anyway, like I said, I can now die happy knowing that Daniel Bryan does not take chops from Brie Bella. Mm-hmm. There we go. I am now going to die a happy camper.
Perfect.
So there you go. Let's see here. Like I said, Eric did send me a couple that I could get into. And I do want to get into one because this is kind of making its rounds around the media. And I think we should go ahead and bring this up since we're going to be talking about AEW soon. Anyway, the Washington Post and even more news affiliates are picking up on AEW at this point. They're really starting to get some mainstream press, and a lot of people are writing stories about how AEW is WWE's first. Washington Post had a literal headline: AEW is WWE's first real fight in decades. It may change the face of pro wrestling in the U.S. Pretty good when you're getting picked up by Washington Post. I believe Forbes, I know Forbes does write wrestling, but they've written articles like this. Sports Illustrated even has an article up on, not on this, but Sports Illustrated did an article on how the releases in WWE show how out of touch, not just Vince is, but the whole company and the whole conglomerate is just completely out of touch with what's going on. So, but it's good that AEW is picking up some real stuff here, real media coverage. And people listen, I don't remember ever seeing TNA is WWE's real competition. No, But this company is starting to be real competition for them. And when real news sites, not these dirt sheets that we talk about, but when the real news sites start picking up on what you're doing, you're getting some good steam going.
Oh, definitely.
So, Smart, what you got?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely true. It's interesting that we're starting to see that kind of change in the way that they're covering AEW is starting to change, and more places are covering AEW. I thought it was interesting. I didn't have a chance to read it yet, but I absolutely will. It's not one of those like lip service things where I was like, I'm sure going to get at that. No, but there's what's been making the rounds a lot recently, sort of in a relation to that, is the Players Tribune article that Eddie Kingston put out. I thought it was cool that they're like including AEW within like the actual other sports, like a football, baseball, that kind of thing, where he's sharing the same ground as athletes from more sort of well-publicized sports or more socially relevant sports in terms of today's mainstream society or whatever.
Right. And, speaking of Eddie Kingston, did you hear that? Did you watch? I believe this was on Rampage.
Yeah, they did have a face-off on Rampage in the ring. I did see that. Yeah, it was pretty good.
Well,
a lot of people were saying a lot of good things about it.
There was also a video, I believe, that Eddie Kingston did. Correct?
Well, I'm drawing a blank on that one.
I'll tell you what. I'm not sure where this video came from. I don't know which show it came from, but I've got a 2-minute video here with Eddie Kingston talking about CM Punk, which is the match that's coming up, obviously, this Saturday at Full Gear. Let's, quick 2-minute video. Here you go.
I asked God for a mission, Punk. And for my sins, He's gave me you. And I slowly realized as I yelled at you that yes, you can change. You could become a better CM Punk. But first, you have to get through me. I am your karma, Punk. I am the karma for everybody you ever disrespected. Anybody you ever gave a headache to. Because the great CM Punk wasn't feeling it that day. Or the great CM Punk just didn't like you because you did something to piss him off. It is in your instinct, Phil, to be a manipulative, narcissistic, two-faced scumbag. I know that's your real nature. And that's why karma has brought me to you. I don't care about winning or losing when it comes to you. All I care about is beating you up. And making you pay. For all the years. Bullshit! You put people through. I am your karma, Phil. I'm gonna get you. And then I will allow you to change.
There you go. What do you think of that?
That was a good. I saw it and it was really good.
That was fucking awesome by Eddie Kingston there, man. Great shit. These guys have both had great promos and great interactions. And that one, even tonight, the little pull apart they had, Eddie Kingston can't run very well. But
no,
come on, heavier guy, been wrestling a long time. I'm not expecting the guy to sprint at all. I'm not saying it ruined anything. I'm just pointing out something I kind of chuckled.
It wasn't even so much that he didn't have the stamina to do it. Like, he did, but it was just the motion in which he ran was just odd.
Right, exactly. He was trotting more than running. Probably all he could do, but it was still pretty cool with those guys anyway. But I figured I'd play that real quick and open my last beer here and take a Take
The
a little.
the Rampage interaction they had was pretty cool because he brought up a lot of. The whole thing was is that people that came up in sort of like the first class of Ring of Honor guys were guys that he looked up to because that was like when he was getting into wrestling, he was starting his career. So, but he ended up like he mentioned Samoa Joe by name, which was kind of surprising. But then it was like, Punk, Danielson, Homicide, like all those people they were talking about that he looked up to. And then Punk was basically like, yeah, even he was talking about like how everybody was talking about how he had talent, but he was lazy and he just never amounted to anything. And he's like, even Homicide said that. He was like, don't you go there. It was like he brought up like when he started talking about like Homicide making fun of him, it was like he mentioned his wife. It just made me laugh. Like, no, that's my friend.
Jeez, man. Yeah, those guys are really doing great together, man. I can't wait to see that match. Actually, I mean, Full Gear is going to be a great show, man. And I mean, shit like that definitely promotes the hell out of it. That was great by Eddie Kingston. And Smark, you haven't seen that? I
hadn't seen that. No, I watched Rampage, so they didn't show it on there. I think it might have been part of the countdown because they're doing countdown for AEW. I think they were doing that after this show.
Something no, it was on Rampage. That's all.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, Smark. You must have got the piss.
No, I know. I watched Rampage. I skipped through things. I might have skipped through it. But
maybe.
Actually, to be fair, I didn't watch the very last half because the last half of it was John Silver versus Adam Cole, and I just didn't bother watching that.
Oh, Rampage! It was on Dynamite tonight.
Okay, that's what I was saying. I didn't watch. I watched Rampage, and it wasn't on there. That's what I was saying.
Well, it was a different video package that I saw tonight on Dynamite with those two. This wasn't the same one. This was this was a little different than that one.
Yeah.
Either way,
Dynamite was different.
Either way, it's really been great seeing these two. They've kind of taken it back a little bit, taken it back pretty far with what they've been doing. I like it. It's been really good. Me too. It's been really good. So. Smark, you had two more. We got time to get into them. Bring one up. Bring one up. We got Stevie Ray.
No, we're good on the other one. The second one, we don't have to worry about that one. But I did want to talk about this one because it is an opportunity to talk about Stevie Ray, and I will never pass up on that. So it says, this is from Wrestling Inc. Stevie Ray was a recent guest on that 90s wrestling podcast, where he spoke about his brother's career which is so fucking shit. I feel bad for him already. It's like, we brought you on to talk about Booker. Anyways, during the conversation, Stevie discussed Booker T's famous grocery store segment with Steve Austin, making it clear he wouldn't have been involved in it. So, I guess for obvious reasons. Let's go back to my brother. You come in, Stone Cold jumps him and drop him. That's what he said, with the belt, the WCW belt, and everyone thought, this is great. This is how it's going to be. Nah, brother. They're setting you up. It is what it is. They're getting him ready for Thanksgiving dinner, Stevie said. Oh. And then he was promptly electrocuted. He doesn't know, but you're the one that going to get cooked. That's literally what he said. He doesn't know, but you're the one that going to get cooked. So interpret it that how you will. You come in as champion Big Bad Booker T. His whole career has been a big bad guy. Now all of a sudden you're in a grocery store running from Steve Austin. Ain't nobody in my family ever ran from a man in his life. Ain't no punk in me. Ain't no bitch in me. Ain't no bitch in none of my brothers or uncles or nobody. I ain't never ran from one man in my life and never will, he claimed, especially some Daisy Duke, bald-headed, bad knee guy that beats up women. You kidding me? You kidding me? I'd slap Steve Austin's teeth out his mouth. Ain't no punk like that. Don't ever fight a man. Now on TV, I got to run from him. I'm scared of him. Nah, miss me with that. But that's the way they work. And this is what I told everybody was going to happen.
Damn, he had to go there with the woman thing, huh? Beating up the woman. Had to go there. Now, this is obviously probably one of the most memorable segments of the Attitude Era, or was this the Ruthless Aggression Era? This was Attitude Era.
I think it was still Attitude Era.
I think so.
They hadn't officially, they were still WWF at the time. They hadn't switched to E, which kind of kicks things off, in my opinion.
Right, you're right. This was Get the F Out time, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think it was. Now, this was a really good segment. Like I said, grocery, you had milk being poured on everybody, but I think it's also hilarious that not only did he make this completely about himself, but he actually put himself in the storyline like he was in it. Stevie Ray did.
It was almost the equivalent of like watching a horror movie and be like, I wouldn't have done that shit. I would have gotten out of there.
It's exactly. How the fuck you trip? There's nothing in the goddamn way. Okay, nothing there. I never would.
Rise, you dumb bitch.
Oh, go in the fucking car. Come on. Okay. No, I know, but I think it's funny that he just inserted himself into the segment, and I think it's hilarious that he called him a Daisy Duke, bald-headed, bad knee guy that beats up women. The Daisy Duke part is, I mean, he really, the shirts weren't ever too short on him. No one ever complained about that. It's funny that he wore,
he specifically pops me.
I mean, he wore jorts for years. No one made fun of him.
Yeah, he was the original.
No one made fun of him. Cena, he just took him too far.
Yeah, it's true.
Anyway, this is pretty fucking hilarious. I got to tell you, this whole thing. Like I said, he literally shoved himself in the storyline like he was in it. I love it.
I mean, I love it too. I really do. Like, he's never at loss for words. Like, I can understand why he's not with the company at the moment, because that didn't necessarily do anything to get somebody over. But it made me want to hear him talk more.
Yeah, they could. Man, he'd be a good manager.
I agree.
Good muscle for somebody. Just come in as a badass son of a bitch for somebody. I could see it. Like a fucking Mr. Hughes used to be back in the day. Yeah, like that. Just a big. I mean, not even. Just, I think he'd be a good little. Just someone to bring in. They wouldn't do it. Nothing. I mean, it's never going to happen. I'm just saying what I think would be cool to do. But
well, Booker T has a company a little bit where he develops younger guys. It's not like a big company, but it'd be cool if he was did that. I don't know that he does it, but if he does, it'd be cool to see it.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, he does have his own company. He got the what is it? Reality of Wrestling.
Yeah, that's it.
Row.
Mm-hmm.
Row your boat.
Gently down the stream.
Merrily
Ain't no bitch in me.
Ain't no bitch in me. I'd kick Steve right in the spleen. Is that better?
Well, I mean, we do know for a fact that he ain't no creep. So there you go.
All right. Well, I mean, we could sit here and make fun of Stevie Ray all night. But
I'm in celebration of Stevie Ray. This is Stevie Ray celebration night. Get a free bobblehead for the first 10 visitors.
I got to tell you, Stevie Ray definitely knows how to keep himself in the dirt sheets.
Yeah,
he does. He does.
Well, I mean, look at it. He parlayed going on some podcast that nobody's heard of to be asked about his brother of all things, and to getting an actual article written about him on a website. So there you go.
And put himself in a storyline he wasn't even in.
Yes, he's refusing to do a storyline that was never pitched to him.
I'm just going to start putting myself in fucking storylines I've never done. I'm going to do that.
I want to be in that Al Wilson storyline where fucking Don Marie fucks him to death. That was the best way anybody has ever gone out WWE history. The man was a bad promo. He was a shitty actor, but
I mean,
they literally wrote him off TV by being fucked to death.
I mean, hey, listen, I can do better. Listen, so I was behind Trish Stratus, right? So Stephanie walks in, and I stupidly didn't ask for a threesome.
That is a missed opportunity.
See, we can do the same thing. So I'm banging Trish, right? Literally. Okay. Anyway.
All right. So they had this idea. They wanted to bring back the Kiss My Ass Club. This time it was me and it was Babe. And I was like, yeah, I'll totally do that shit. Wait, no, I didn't refuse that storyline at all.
That would be I would like, look, I should pay you for this. Like, seriously. I feel like I should give you guys something for this one.
This is the best Make-A-Wish ever.
Okay. All right. Eric,
Yes, sir.
You shipped me over one more. You kept to the segment, and you have, which I think is a shitty wrestling opinion. So I'm telling you, we got to get a little segment thing for this. Shitty wrestling opinions segment. All right. So this is from the pro wrestling world. I guess this is one of their admins since there's no name on it. And he put...
Wasn't David, I think?
Yes. Yes. It was. He was a David. I am not happy I shared a name with this gentleman. Anyway, let's do this here. He says, I like AEW, but it's my opinion that Rampage was a mistake. I've never been a big fan of the double show format. Also find myself picking between the two shows because in the case of WWE, who's got all the time for those hours of wrestling? Okay. All right. I can agree with the second half, not the first half. Tony Khan is running creative either by himself or with a very small team. Oh, excuse me. He's supposed to come up with good shit for Dynamite and Rampage. That's a lot of writing. I'm not sure if this guy knows there aren't writers for that company at this point. The creative team is supposedly the wrestlers, mostly. If Rampage continues and their roster continues to grow, frankly, a brand split is the only way to make it work. I disagree. Each show with its own talent and writers. Stop with the fucking writers. I think it would have been better to focus on one show, Dynamite, which had peaked in ratings this year, well beyond the expectations of many WWE fans. If they had taken the best of Rampage and just had it a part of Dynamite for the last few months, those shows would have been untouchable by any other wrestling product. Okay. Wow. So much to unpack here, to be honest with you. Like I said, I do agree with the second part. There is a lot of wrestling, and it is tough to decide which one you want to watch. But let's face it, right now AEW is still fresh, and I personally choose to watch AEW right now over WWE. Just what's happening right now. I've taken a WWE break. I apologize. I don't think Rampage was a mistake, and I certainly do not think a brand split is the answer to anything AEW is doing. Don't do it. Please, Lord, God, Lord Savior, do not let anyone else do a brand split. They do not need another brand. They don't need to do anything like that. It's almost like this show is like Heat. Rampage is like Sunday Night Heat was. They give some people a shot to be on the show. I know they've been given, the CM Punks and the Daniel Bryans and a lot of people like that some chances on the show, but it's not like they're hogging the show.
Exactly.
So they are giving some younger talent shots on the show. And what's wrong with doing this? And like I said, the brand split is the worst idea that you could ever do. Why? Why do you have to do it? What are you going to make one brand green, one brand yellow? No, don't fucking do this. Do that. No. And Rampage, listen, the guy decided to give it a shot. He was getting good ratings. They offered him another slot. Why would he say no? TNT offered him another time slot. You don't fucking say no to that. You figure out what the fuck to do pretty goddamn quick. Because that's more money for you. TV deals equal money. So I got no problem with what he did. And I don't know. Sorry, I ranted on that a little bit, but go ahead, guys. Eric, go ahead. Go ahead while your phone is not trying to stun us.
I mean, yeah, I agree with you, Bob. Brand split, they can't just do a brand split, and people hate that. That's why people turn to AEW in the first place.
Right. Yeah, you're right. I think it really is. I mean, there's many reasons people have turned to AEW, and I'm not saying everyone has just turned off WWE and gone to AEW. Many fans like both, which is fine. You're allowed to like both. I'm not sure if everyone knows that. But yeah, a brand split would just be ridiculous for this company to do at this point. Smart.
You can do, I'm not saying that you should do a brand split, but you can basically do a brand split without doing it. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to commit to specifically assigning certain people, for perpetuity, is forever, and onto one brand or the other. Whereas, you could just keep booking the way it is now, where certain people you're more likely to see on Rampage versus certain people you're more likely to see on Dynamite. Like, you can sort of just let it handle itself without straight up making the announcement that, okay, these people are going to be on Fridays, these people are going to be on Wednesdays. Like, kind of to that point, they didn't make Thunder its own brand, but they brought in Bret Hart. Like, for one of the reasons they brought him in was to specifically wrestle on Thunder for a while there. So just like, you can do that where you have certain people that you use more often on Thunder than you do Dynamite and vice versa, without making it black and white, concrete, a fact that they're on a brand. Like, brand splits, I don't think work for anybody. It's not fun. Like, yeah, there's a lot of people, but they also have 2 YouTube shows, 2 regular actual television shows proper. Like, there's all kinds of ways that you can allocate the talent.
Right, and I mean, technically there is sort of already a brand split. It's Dynamite and it's Rampage. If they were the same brand, this would be Dynamite 2 or Dynamite Light or something like that, or Dynamite 1 Hour. But it's not. It's under the same umbrella. And that's the way they're, I just don't think they need to do a new logo for for AEW Rampage. I mean, you know what I mean. A whole new everything. They just don't need to have a new roster for that show. There's no reason. There's no reason. Keep bringing people over, because what they're doing. Sorry, Smart. Give me 1 sec. What they're doing with bringing people over is just like you said. Like with Thunder, they bring a Bret Hart over. They bring this over. So basically, if they're already doing that, they don't need to split brands completely down the middle and have 2 different rosters. Just keep doing what they're doing. You even said they should just kind of keep doing what they're doing, basically.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, to your point, I'm sorry to be so eager to jump in there, but there's really no reason to arbitrarily force yourself into limitations.
Right.
Because if you straight up create 2 brands and you're saying, all right, well, this wrestler can't wrestle on Dynamite or this wrestler can't wrestle on Rampage, where now if you want Danielson to be on an episode of Rampage, Danielson's on Rampage. If you want Punk to be on Dynamite, Punk's on Dynamite. Like, however you wish to book, you're given way more freedom. There's no need to unnecessarily handcuff yourself, to force yourself into like a box when you have all these opportunities to use people in various ways. And on top of that, the only real problem I think with Rampage is just that it's taped most of the time. And like a taped show, no matter what, even if you're not seeing the spoilers, still feels different than a live show. Even if you watch the live show like after the fact on DVR, it still feels different than watching a tape show.
Right.
I think that's really the only problem with Rampage, is that it's a tape show, but it almost has to be because it's only an hour long. So you can't necessarily justify having a live crowd in a venue and everything like that for what is just going to be on TV for an hour. And then, if you end up deciding you want to pad the rest of the time with like dark matches or whatever, but still, the only way that you'd be able to run Rampage live every week theoretically is if you made it 2 hours, and I don't think anybody really wants that either. So it's kind of a weird position to be in.
No, but what you're saving by not splitting the brand completely is having to come up with a reason for the guy to be on your other show, having people bitch that he's on your other show because your reason wasn't good enough, and basically you're dodging the social media bullshit by just leaving it the way it is.
Right.
And I think it's actually not a bad idea, because let's face it, no matter what excuse they gave, they're going to be like, fucking stupid excuse for having him on fucking Rampage. He's a Dynamite guy. Yeah. It's like, really? Really? What the fuck are you supposed to do at this point? So, I don't know. I mean, listen, like I said, I'm kind of liking doing these little bad wrestling opinions, and I love that Eric sends them to me, and I think half of them are horrible. I feel Sorry, Eric. He took a little break. He'll be back in a second. But it's just some of these people are just out of their fucking minds, and this comes from the Pro Wrestling World is the name of the page that was on. Man, crazy opinions here. Man, I got to tell you, this guy talks like a bit of a WWE mark.
Well, yeah, that's the thing, is that people are so used to the way that WWE does things that they want other companies to be ran that way. And like AEW should not be ran like WWE, and WWE shouldn't be ran like AEW either.
Right.
Like, I'm not saying that AEW's been doing good, so they should try to emulate that. No, but you shouldn't try to be the competitor, because if you're the competitor, then I would just go to the competitor. You know what I mean? Like, I would just go to the person that's already doing the thing that you're trying to emulate.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, that's the easy way to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, I guess we can roll on from here. Now, Smart, do you want to do predictions, or you want to do AEW? I mean, we do have time for both, because honestly, my AEW notes are small, which we can just kind of breeze through. Should we just breeze through AEW real quick and then hit predictions and finish it up?
I guess we can do that. I don't have a super lot to say about AEW tonight either.
Yeah, listen, I mean, I'm not saying it was a bad show, but I got to tell you, I think last week's show was a better air finger quote. There's Eric. As staticky as ever. Oh, hold on. Eric, I got to mute you. Oh, there we go. Okay. Let's take a second here and then Eric come on back. So, okay. Like I said, I really figured, I thought last week was kind of a better go-home show, to be honest with you. I kept saying last week, what are they going to do next week? What are they going to do next week? It wasn't a bad show. Static. Lots and lots of static. I'm talking over it. There we go. Did he mute?
I don't know.
I don't think he did. Did you mute, Eric?
I can't.
Okay. Static went away. All right. So anyway, I mean, like I said, it almost seemed like they were going to have a tough time topping last week, and they did this week. Again, not a bad show, but still did the job, and this was the Full Gear Go-Home show. We had the first match out, which was Bryan Danielson versus Rocky Romero. He came out with the best friends. Orange Cassidy was down there with him, and I got to tell you, that was a great 20-minute, probably 15-minute after all the intros and shit, match right there. These guys Danielson is just loving being back somewhere he can utilize his talents, man. I'm loving seeing him in the ring.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And Rocky Romero, heard the name many times. Seen him, I think, once or twice. I believe he did a couple GCW shows, if I'm right, Smart.
He has. He was primarily, he started off as doing Ring of Honor and some PWG stuff, and then he spent a large majority of his career in Japan, New Japan primarily.
Right. But has done some stuff with GCW. I'm not crazy there.
Yeah, he's been in there a little bit.
Okay. I believe that's where I've seen him wrestle, and I just wanted to make sure I wasn't crazy or lying, or both.
If I recall correctly, he was on one of the Josh Barnett Bloodsports.
Okay. I saw the first couple, so if he was on one of those first two there, I saw him there. But like I said, man, it's great seeing Bryan Danielson back out there, just feeling great, looking great, happy to be out there. And it just seems like his matches have just, not that he didn't have good matches in WWE, but just looks like he can do more of what he wants when he wants to. So
he looks different. He looks more refreshing.
Happy?
Yeah.
Unstressed, not worried about waking up the next day and possibly being released. Yeah, that's probably a great fucking feeling right there. Probably a great feeling. And that's probably why he looks good, refreshed, and just out there. Like I said, I think he's having some really great matches. And I like this
This
Rocky
match
Romero.
must see.
No, and I like this Rocky Romero guy though. I know him. I should know him by now. They said they've both been in the business for 20 years.
Apparently, they have history.
Yeah, old JR out there. Anyway, Tony Schiavone went out there. He was gonna talk to the Inner Circle, but they were jumped on the ramp by American Top Team. Lambert, with some help, put Jericho through a table. I think this kind of seals who's going to win the match at the pay-per-view. In my opinion, I think it does. Yeah. I think they got all the damage, all the comeuppance they're going to get with that right there. That's my opinion. Smark, anything on that?
Anything on what? I'm sorry, I had to let the dog out real quick.
All right, then we'll just move on then. Don't even worry about it. Actually, I'm just kidding. I was talking about the Tony Schiavone segment where he was out there about to talk to Inner Circle. It said they were jumped by American Top Team.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not super locked in. Overall, the theme of the show was like the parts that were supposed to build the pay-per-view were good, but then the rest of it was like there's just a lot of predictable matches. But outside of that, this particular segment, it wasn't bad. Like, I kind of like the idea of how they've done an about face with Dan Lambert, how he was like originally scared, but now that he has all the muscle behind him, he's like starting to kind of strut his stuff a little bit. I was digging that part of it.
Yeah. I mean, I like I said, I definitely think Lambert's going to take some sort of big bump and end up being the one pin for the match. So,
oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Not a huge bump. They're not going to try to hurt the old man. I'm not saying that. But it'll be a bump either way.
It'll be a Vince McMahon bump.
There you go. Businessman
Dark's
bump.
saying he's having a hard time getting into the feud with the Inner Circle and Top Team.
Really?
Yeah. I've seen a couple of people say that they're not really into it. I've been enjoying it quite a bit because it's like, it's always kind of dicey when you get somebody that isn't a proper professional wrestler out there doing angles. But for the most part, it seems like they've done a good job of getting people out there that are good talkers and are good athletes to boot. So it's not like you're getting stuck with like Tito Ortiz and Impact. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and listen, Dos Santos tonight was pulling those kendo stick shots back very, very blatantly and obviously. But the fact that they're not going out there and trying to hurt these guys is the point. I know the point is trying to make it look real, but these guys are used to really hurting people. So let's give them a break. Let's give them a little leeway. I'm trying to, man. I really am. I mean, these guys are great MMA fighters, in a fucking octagon, beating the shit out of each other, but trying not to hurt someone is completely different from what they're trained for.
Exactly. Two legends. And
yeah, I mean, it's the complete opposite of exactly what they're trained to do. They're trained to hurt people and knock them the fuck out, not, be a wrestler. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But I definitely think, like I said, in my opinion, that kind of sealed the deal. This little segment tonight on who was going to win that match on Saturday night. So
no Paige tonight.
No what?
Paige wasn't out there.
No, I didn't think she'd be out there. She wasn't picked. No one it was just the guys that were picked that were out there tonight, as far as I saw. I don't think anyone that wasn't picked for the team was out there. And let's face it, Paige probably had an OnlyFans thing to do, for her fans. So her OnlyFans. Anyway, we had Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, come on out there with Jamie Hayter and Rebel versus Tay Conti and Anna Jay, who, if I'm not mistaken, had new music tonight, those two?
Maybe. It did sound kind of different.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm glad you guys didn't pick up on it either. And, of course, Thunder Rosa, who...
No, there was no music.
There was new music? Okay, good. All right, there we go. And, man, Thunder Rosa got a hell of a pop coming out there, man.
Yes, she did.
She really did. I'm a little shocked they let Tay pick up the win in this match, but they did. So, I really don't have much on this match, except that Jamie Hayter wears very little.
Indeed.
Man, when she got pinned in that one shot, I'm like, do you guys realize like everything is there?
Mm-hmm.
It's there. I mean, I'm not complaining, but it's there.
It was just like a body press to the outside, but it was like the hardest looking body press I've ever seen in my life. And like the landing was so loud, like people started chanting "Holy shit!" after that. It looked like somebody got hurt, but I don't think anybody did. I'm not seeing anything. But
This was a good
they were
crowd
doing
tonight.
a lot of high flying moves and stuff during the match. It was really, I was pretty entertained by it. Even outside of the obvious, like yes, the attire was also delightful, but they got a lot of cool spots in.
It did. Like I said, it wasn't a bad match. It was actually a good match. Rebel, I hate to say, seemed out of place, but seemed out of place. I think she seemed out of place in this match. I really do. I'm not saying she doesn't belong, but she didn't belong.
I mean, she tries. It is what it is. It's one of those things where it's just like not everybody in wrestling is going to be the same level of like, you know, even just the people that she was in the ring with, like a Thunder Rosa or Britt Baker or like an Oscar or something like that, where it's like not everybody's going to be an elite in-ring performer. Like she tried, she's out there. She was before the pandemic out there on the indies trying to do shit. But I think there's just a ceiling in terms of her actual in-ring ability. Like she's better suited as a character, and then she also obviously has like her background as a makeup artist, so she can be useful there too. But in the ring, she's kind of limited.
Yeah, I can't say I disagree with any of that. She is. I'm not saying she's bad. I'm not saying any of that. She looked a little out of place with the rest of them out there. I mean, I've complained about Ty Conti doing some really awful things, out there in the ring too. But Rebel just seemed out of place. I'm not complaining, but it was definitely, like you said, there were some really good spots in this match. Speaking of that, we had Jungle Boy versus Anthony Bowens, had Max Caster out there with him. Jungle Boy picks up the win. And this was another match that was some really cool spots. Jungle Boy is so over with the crowd, and it's not just his music. I see a lot of people, his music is over. No, this is not a Fandango thing. He is over. His music is a bonus, in my opinion.
Right, exactly. Just like Chris Jericho.
Right. Yeah, exactly. I really feel that they are behind the crowd, and I mean, a lot of people are, like I said, I think Jungle Boy is definitely going to be one of their homegrown stars, and I think it's pretty cool that they're doing it. Yeah. But I definitely think he is over. It's not just his music. I just see so many people putting, after his music, he just goes in the ring. He's just another flippy dippy. Okay, I get it. No, but the crowd loves him. Yep. Crowd, and you know what? They gave him the right little push at the right time to get the crowd a little tease of him and still want more. And they every time he comes out, they still want to see him. So
that kind of logic makes me laugh though, because it's just like, he has a theme song that people like, and then all he does is just a bunch of flippy moves after that. It's like, yeah, nobody has ever made a career off of being good looking and doing high flying moves. Like I don't know who Jeff Hardy is.
Yeah, exactly. And let's face it.
Real quick, I will point out though, because they wrestled, he wrestled Bowens last on Rampage Friday. It was Max Caster versus Bryan Danielson, and they did a rap prior to the match, and I just got a little kick out of it because we're like right off the heels of, and it was a live episode of the Rampage this week or last week,
right?
But during the freestyle, Max Caster ended it with, to Bryan Danielson, "I end careers faster than your father-in-law." And just the whole crowd went fucking nuts. It was great.
Holy shit. Damn.
And they cut to him, and he's like, you can see him pushing his tongue into his cheek, trying not to laugh, because he just did not see that one coming.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, I saw that one.
He's got some good lines every now and then. After the match, after Jungle Boy did get a win, we had Bobby Fish come out and jump Jungle Boy. Luchasaurus and Christian came out for the save. Obviously, that's another one they're setting up for Saturday, correct? Yeah. So, there you go. We'll get into that in just a minute or two here. We only got a few little things to go over here. We've got Wheeler, Utah, came out versus a match with Wardlow. Pretty much a squash match. Not completely. It went more than a minute. It was like 3 or 4 minutes, and Wardlow picked up the win, which, as he should. Seriously. As he should. The guy is a beast. After the match, we get Isaiah Cassidy and the Blade. They jump Orange Cassidy, who came down with Wheeler, Utah. Remember, he's kind of part of the best friends suddenly. Seems like everyone is suddenly when they come in. They jump Orange Cassidy and Chuck Taylor. Matt Hardy comes out with a chair, puts it around Orange Cassidy's neck, and hits a side effect. Makes me think. Now, does Orange Cassidy have a match at the pay-per-view?
I thought that they were wrestling, but I don't know if that's the case anymore.
Hold on here. Hold on. I don't see Orange Cassidy's name on here at all, to be honest with you.
Maybe a buy-in match?
I don't know. Right now, I don't see his name on here at all. And this makes me think he may be injured, and they're writing him off for a while.
Maybe. It's possible.
Or just writing him off for some other reason, maybe for a week or two. Maybe he's got something to do. Who knows? Oh, okay, on Rampage. They've got a match on Rampage. All right, well, we'll see. All right, well, I guess we'll see what happens on Rampage then, if I get to watch it. So, we'll see. We'll see.
Big hits.
We will see.
Did we skip the part where Bobby Fish had an interaction with Young Bucks and Adam Cole?
Yeah, I did. I like that little thing that one of the, I forget which one is which. I know one is Matt and one is Nick. The one brother said, we don't have a, there's no dispute here. This is the Young Buck era. The whole undisputed. I know it was a whole. It was a good interaction, and now we do see a match between Bobby Fish and Jungle Boy on
It's gonna be good.
on Rampage, so he can.
How fucking wild is it? Just as a quick sidebar, that like Roderick Strong's the only one that's going to be hanging on.
Oh, I know.
Because it seems like Kyle O'Reilly's like on his way out too. So like of all, if you had to hedge your bet, like while they were still a stable. Like, if you had to make a bet as to which one would be the last one there, you would have made quite a bit of money if you would have put your money on Roderick Strong, but he was not the favorite.
No, I would say Cole would have been the favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. I mean, Roderick, he would have been my first to go. But I just don't like the guy. That's just me. So, what are you going to do on that? Anyway, we had Dante Martin and Leo Rush. Leo Rush was in his first, his in-ring debut on Dynamite versus Lee Moriarty.
Yep, Lee Moriarty. You got it.
Moriarty. Thank you, Smart. And Matt Sydal. Listen, I'm not the biggest. It was. No, listen, I'm not the biggest Leo Rush fan, but he did go out there, had a good match. I do question his choice of gear, but that's neither here nor there. And I thought it was I thought it was a great idea, not a great idea, but I just thought it was good that they let Dante Martin get the win here, since he's kind of been the one they're sort of, it seems like they're trying to give the guy a push. Exactly. So I think it was a good idea to let him get the win here for that team. Like I said, Leo Rush went out there and did what he had to do, and not a bad match. Not a bad match at all. Lee Moriarty, I'm not very familiar with at all. Matt Sydal, we all know who he is, but Lee Moriarty, from what I saw of him tonight, damn good.
Yeah, when he gets more of an opportunity to wrestle as a singles performer, I think he'll impress a lot of people. He was really good in GCW.
Yeah, really. Like I said, from what I saw of him tonight, I liked it. I had good luck. I had great luck with my Wi-Fi up until this next little segment here, or next match, actually, which is the Pac versus Dax Harwood. My Wi-Fi was working fine. Suddenly, it was just popping and locking.
It was in Breaking?
No. Although, by the way, if you do want to watch Breaking 2, Electric Boogaloo, it is on Hulu.
And who wouldn't?
I just wanted to rhyme Breaking 2, Electric Boogaloo on Hulu.
I don't fault you for that. If given the opportunity, I would have done the same.
It really is, though. I'm not lying. I saw most of the match. I will say that, which was a real... Pac is such a fucking intense wrestler, man. When he's out there, he's just on another level at times. I really feel that Pac is like a... I really see a lot of like Ciampa. Ciampa and Pac are kind of like the same. They have the intensity. They've got this, they're shorter built guys. They're kind of the same in my opinion. But Pac is fucking awesome out there. I saw most of the match. What I didn't see was the who won and the Andrade Malachi Black thing. My Wi-Fi came back and it was just a clusterfuck of people in the ring. So help me out, guys.
All right, Pac ended up winning the match.
What was that, Smart?
Pac won the match.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Eric.
And then it went dark.
Okay.
And then you saw the tag team, that's the other tag team partner, and then you had Black and Andrade.
Okay. All right. So, okay. And then it seems like the Lucha Brothers came in at one point.
Yeah, the Lucha Brothers and Cody Rhodes came out to make the save because Wheeler came out after Pac wouldn't let go of the submission hold that he won with.
Can't have one show without fucking Cody, right?
I will say, though, it's a fucking ultra old school thing to do, but I got a little bit of a kick out of Dax only coming out, Dax coming out only with Tully because only Tully had a manager's license. They put that over on commentary. And I was like, man, that is such an old school fucking way of selling that. But God bless you. I'm all for it.
There you go. Well, I mean, that was the reason Sami Zayn was allowed on SmackDown and Raw because he filed for a manager license.
Mm-hmm.
See?
I still say they missed out on an opportunity to have him be at like a DMV for wrestlers where he had to apply for a manager's license. Like, if she's still alive, you could have even got the lady that played Shelton Benjamin's mom to be like the DMV worker. Like, it would have been a great segment. An absolute fucking home run.
That would have been too good. Too good. All right. Let's run down here. I'm not even going to... Oh, shit. We weren't done with that, were we? Why didn't I think we were done?
That was it for that match. There was one more segment.
There was. There was the Adam Cole and Kenny Omega contract signing, correct?
Contract sign. Yep.
Yeah, and that's what we had for the last thing. Good little talking back and forth with both of them. The crowd, all they wanted to do was chant cowboy shit. That seemed like the only thing they wanted to do was just chant cowboy with the expletive after it. Cowboy shit. That's all they wanted to chant. They've done a great job of getting Cole over, man. Or I'm sorry, Page. Hangman Page. Too many Adams going around. Okay. So they've done a great job. I know, man. You get confused with all these people, and they're all short with long hair. It's like, my God, y'all all look alike. Fucking stop it already. But they've done a great job of getting him over, and the crowd is really behind him. So I don't know, man. I mean, all we got.
I got goosebumps watching that.
Really?
Waiting for him to be champion. Yeah, I can't wait for him to be champion.
Well, there's your answer for the main event right there. But I will say this was, I mean, by the end of the match, but the end of the signing, Don Callis came out. We had Hangman bleeding, and Kenny Omega. I'm not sure if that was a signature. He wrote something in blood that looked like boob, kind of, if you look at it correctly.
Oh, that would have been great. Draws a dick on his forehead and his blood.
He should have wrote booby. Just gone totally childish. Just right. Booby. Booby signed the contract. Anyway,
It's amazing.
I guess, like I said, it's probably better to do that now. Get into the pay-per-view. Let's just do this pay-per-view. Let's wrap this bad boy up. It's getting late. I was tired when I started the show, and I'm even more tired now. All right, you guys ready to do this? Full Gear.
Yes.
Coming up Saturday. Let's see here. We've got Christian Cage and Jurassic Express versus the Super Click, which is supposed to be just Adam Cole and the Young Bucks. A Falls Count Anywhere match.
I say Super Click.
I'm kind of leaning towards the Super Click myself. I really am. I know what they put over Jungle Boy pretty good tonight, but that's usually not a good sign. I'm gonna go with Super Click too. Smart?
Yeah, I'll make that a unanimous.
Yeah, I think so. Now we got a singles match coming up next, which I got to tell you, this match here is really going to be a good match. I don't think either one of these guys will disappoint after the promos we've heard from them. CM Punk versus Eddie Kingston. Man, there's that. I got to tell you, the fact that this is a tough one to pick is a good thing, but I think Kingston is due a nice big win, and I think Punk would have zero problems putting Eddie over in this match. So I'm going to go with Kingston to win this match.
I could see a draw.
Ooh. Time
That,
limit? Time limit?
Yeah.
Ooh. Didn't think about
But they
that.
keep fighting, and then they realize time is up.
I mean, even if Eddie wins, you could still do it. It doesn't matter to Punk. I mean, Punk's not out there to, go after the championship right now, so it doesn't really hurt Punk to lose. It puts Eddie over really big time. I'm still sticking with Eddie.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go Eddie too. I think no matter what happens, we're gonna end up getting heel Punk after this. So it's a matter of, does Punk turn heel because he loses, or does Punk turn heel by cheating to win? Seems like that would be the real question there with that. I just feel like it does seem a little bit early to have Punk lose, but right now everybody is really behind Eddie Kingston. Like, he got a really good response when he was wrestling Danielson, which was a little bit unexpected, I feel like. And then during these interactions with Punk, there's been more people cheering for Kingston than even Punk at this point. So, like, if they don't give him a signature win very soon, they're going to miss out on just a really big outswell of momentum that he's been having. So just have him win, have the crowd keep being behind him. You got yourself a surefire, like a really good baby face, potentially to be chasing the belt this time next year. So,
yeah.
And this is Punk's first feud. This is his first real feud.
Yeah, it really is. Because I mean, even the Darby Allin thing wasn't really a feud. They was just mutual respect, trying to see which one was better.
All his other matches were like one-time things.
Yeah, but Punk's been coming out. Punk's been coming out and saying, the reason I'm back here is because I want to see if I'm good enough and blah, blah, blah. I don't know. Eric, did you pick a winner? I forget.
Oh, I did time limit wrong.
Okay. All right. We'll let you go with that. Now we've got another singles match. It's Darby Allin. Obviously, Sting will be down there. MJF with Wardlow. So it's going to be Darby Allin versus MJF. This is an MJF win.
Too.
What?
This one's tough.
No. I'm going with MJF here, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Smart?
See, this is tough because they both lost their last pay-per-view.
Mm-hmm.
So it seems, because at first I was like, no, they're not going to have Darby lose twice on a pay-per-view, like back-to-back pay-per-views. But you're also not going to have MJF lose twice, back-to-back pay-per-views. And it seems like if you expect Adam Page to win in the main event, he's going to need a credible heel challenger soon. That seems like that'd be a way to go. So I'll go with MJF.
Okay. All right. We've got a tag team match for the AEW World Tag Team Championship. Lucha Brothers versus FTR. Lucha Brothers retain. Lucha Brothers are still the champions, right? Yeah, retain. Yeah. FTR's AAA champions. Okay, yeah, retain. Lucha Brothers, I'm going with here.
Oh, I got MJF in the other one.
Yes. Yeah, as does Dirk. Little MJF there. Hey, Lucha Brothers. FTR. Someone. Lucha Brothers. Eric.
Yep.
Smart.
I'm going with Lucha Brothers just because I don't like watching FTR.
All right, we've swept with the Lucha Brothers. All right. This, no matter what, is going to be a fun little match to watch and see how it's portrayed on air. The word I have problems saying. Minneapolis Street Fight. The Inner Circle versus America's Top Team. And we know who's going out there. It's going to be Ethan Page, Scorpio Sky, Junior Dos Santos, Andre Arlovsky, and Dan Lambert. I definitely am going with Inner Circle here. Like I said, I think America's Top Team got all their comeuppance tonight, putting Jericho through that table. I think that sealed the deal that Inner Circle was going to win.
Yeah, and they should.
Smart.
Yeah, I'm thinking so too, unless they get Jorge Masvidal involved somehow, which might happen. But other than that, I feel like they're just laying the groundwork for Inner Circle to win.
Yeah, Dirk says Chris Jericho's vanity project. I believe that's Inner Circle to win.
The only reason I want to say Jorge shows up is because he has fight coming up next month.
He does, but I was also hearing rumors that they might drop them. Nothing's been officialized yet, but if they do that doesn't end up happening, they might get him involved.
Oh wow!
We'll see. That one. We will see. We will see what happens Saturday night. AEW World Championship Eliminator Tournament Final. The winner of this match will receive a future AEW Championship match. Bryan Danielson versus Miro. This is another tough one, man. This is a real tough one because you got Danielson going out there who's been having great matches. And you've got Miro, not only great matches, but I don't think he's lost yet. Has he? I can't remember.
No.
And you've got Miro.
And I don't see them having CM Punk and Bryan both losing.
Yeah, Miro's a fucking beast. I think they should do it with Miro at this point. Once again, I don't think Bryan Danielson is there to jump right into the title picture at all. So I think I'm going to go Miro here. Danielson it doesn't hurt Danielson one bit to take a loss. It's not going to put him back to it. It's fine. He could do it. Miro.
Do you think they have both of them lose, Punk and Bryan on the same card?
No. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Why not? No reason not to.
I'm going to go Miro.
Okay. Smart.
I mean, I'm kind of with Eric on this one. I do have a hard time seeing them both get their first loss at the same show. So with that being said, I guess we're gonna. Yeah, that's a good out to that too. Yeah. But since I do have Kingston winning, I'm going to go with Danielson on this one. I could see there being sort of a whole redemption arc to Miro's character of he got knocked off the perch and now he's having this sort of crisis of faith because he's the redeemer and all.
All right, we'll see. We'll see you there. You got Danielson.
Continue the feud.
Oh, you can continue the feud. I mean, they can continue it either way.
I can maybe even see him losing a couple of matches just as a way to and I don't know if this is going to happen or not. And I don't necessarily know that I want this to happen, but as a way of bringing in Lana, God help us, but it might happen.
Oh, she's his god.
Well, I mean, that's what Ali's been cutting his promos on is he's trying to satisfy his god. He's trying to get some pussy. That's literally what his character is.
Yeah.
Well, he's married to her. It's fine. Anyway, we got Dr. Britt Baker, DMD versus Tay Conti. Don't forget, Britt Baker's going to have Rebel and Jamie Hayter down there. Tay Conti's going to have Anna Jay down there. This is for the AEW Women's Championship. Britt Baker should not lose that title just yet and definitely not to Ty Conti. She shouldn't lose that title. Only one person she should be losing that title to right now, and that would be Thunder Rosa. So,
yeah.
So,
and I think that's going to happen next year.
Yeah, I got Britt. Eric, you're with Britt.
Definitely.
Smart.
She's my girl.
Yeah, they'd be leaving money on the table if they didn't do another Britt Baker Thunder Rosa match for the title.
Yeah, absolutely. Which brings up us to the singles match for the AEW World Championship. That is Kenny Omega versus Hangman Adam Page. Eric, we already got your answer. You think Hangman is walking out of their champion?
Yep.
I think he should walk out of their champion. So I'm going with Page too. Smart?
Unanimous. I'm also going with Page.
Yeah, I think you have to. I think it's definitely time to get that title off of Omega. We've been hearing
Virginia next week.
Yeah, and we've been hearing how he's been dealing with tons of nagging injuries and working through them. He could probably use a little break, so wouldn't hurt, and I think it'd be a great thing. Once again, the week after, I believe they're in Page's hometown, right?
And that's Wednesday.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I said, him walking down there with that title, like I said, around his waist, over his shoulder, definitely would be a great thing to be showing on TV. So there you go. I think that's about it, guys. I'm fucking beat.
You think Okada shows up?
Do what?
Not on Saturday, but next week.
For what?
Supposedly in the United States. Okada.
Oh, that's right. I was hearing that.
Oh, okay. Actually, one more thing real quick here, I guess, since we're talking about things that may or may not happen at the pay-per-view. It's not going to be his name, obviously, because use real names or whatever. Bray Wyatt, yes or no?
No.
No.
I'm going to go yes.
Okay.
You think he shows up at the end?
I think so. I think he's going to get involved somewhere, somehow.
Be cool, but we'll see. We will find out. We will definitely find out. So,
does he get involved in the Daniel Bryan match? And the Bryan Danielson match?
A little callback.
The only thing is, the only thing that keeps me from saying yes to that, although I did say yes, but the only thing that gives me apprehension is I feel like if they do end up bringing him out, I feel like it's almost like they would almost have to do something with him and Black doesn't have a match at the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing that gives me apprehension in that. If he does end up going, he might not even end up signing with them. Who knows?
I'm still saying no. Nope, not at this paper. Not this one. I think they're
Eric's also saying no.
I think they really want this to be Adam Page's pay-per-view.
They could still. They could do both. I feel like there's usually always something that happens, like some kind of signing or twist or big moment outside of just the main event itself.
Oh yeah.
And Tony Khan did tweet out it's a big week for AEW.
He's just
Okada rumors.
He's just had so many surprise people come in. I don't think you need one on this show. I really don't. I think you should make this Page's show if they're planning on letting him win the title. So we'll see. We'll see what happens Saturday night. On that note, like I said, God, I'm fucking tired. I need to get out of here. I gotta be up. I gotta be up in 5.5 hours. Oh, I know. It's fucking awful. I hate it. It's killing me. Anyway, Dirk said the PPP view, the Page pay-per-view. I like that. All right. So we've got a little Take Your Drunken Ass Home playing, and of course that means, Eric, why don't you go ahead and start off since you didn't get to do it at the beginning. Let them know where to find you, sir.
Everything Unscripted podcast on blogtalkradio.com. It's Friday night going Survivor Series 95. Special guest Barry Horowitz. He'll be joining the show. He joined us about a year and a half ago for an interview, so he'll be joining back us. It's Friday night. Survivor Series.
Nice.
And Unscripted Unlimited on Saturday with me, Doug, and Daniel. And then Scary Cats on Sunday with Mindy and your NFL Hard Hit on Tuesday or Wednesday and Saturday.
All right. There you go. That's where you guys can find Eric over there. And, of course, you guys can also find the high marks, Cheeseman, Mojo, and G Wiz. You can find them here, Mixler.com/Metal Mitt Network. That's right, 2 T's and Mitt. Mixler.com/Metal Mitt Network. Sundays, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Don't forget to check them out. You got Bobby Anthem, Bobby Blades, the Inhumans from the Inhuman Experience. Check them out. Subscribe. You should already be subscribed. And, of course, you've got Stephen Milan. He's reviewing movies over there on Letterboxd, boxd.com/Stephen Milan, 2 L's in Milan. Definitely want to check him out. Oh, Dirk saying the high marks are on hiatus. Who cares? Go find them, subscribe. Know when they come back. Nothing else matters but that, goddammit. And, of course, you guys want to be checking out Hollywood Hangout, Mixler.com/Hollywood-Hangout. Yes, the slash and dash is confusing, but it was the only way I could do it. Mixler.com/Hollywood Hangout or Hollywood-Hangout. See, I forget now. And I'll be on 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Once again, talking Steve Buscemi. Smart?
Yes, sir. Mondays, 8:30 p.m. on the Metal Mid Podcast Network on the Mixing Machine. It is Cheese on Sports with Cheese Man, G Wiz, Luke Birch, and myself. Sundays, 2:30 p.m. is where you want to go to check out the Motor City Machine Guns with Mojo and with Dirk. They're talking the wrestling. They're covering the foosball games. You'll have yourself a time. And last but never least, be sure to check out our friends at Planet Ragon Tour. This is the Planet Ragon Tour podcast with Bobby Anthem, Papa Dave, here, Jeff Nasty. All 16 episodes of Season 1 are available for you, as well as Season 2, which is going on as we speak. So be sure to subscribe.
There you go. All right, folks, that is it. We are out of here. Next week, we're back here. Saturday night once again, over there on Hollywood Hangout. See y'all then. Thanks, everybody. See ya.
Adios.
If you don't know what to do with yourself, take your drunken ass on. Yeah, we're going over. We're going on.